Anti-derivative Jill.
There she is. There she is.
Welcome to Jill's.
You know, I really wish they'd let us play music up here. Make these long trips go by a lot faster.
It's against regulations.
Yeah, I never understood that.
They just don't want us having a dance party when a proximity alert goes off.
See, that's a dumb reason. Because we'd already be on our feet, ready for action.
Greetings and felicitations.
We go together or not at all.
Don't be a fool.
Hello and welcome to Shore Leave number 30. I am Anti-Derivative Jill, and today we're going to talk about a variety of science fiction topics as we see fit. Whatever you guys, if there's anything in any topic you'd like to cover, you can put it in the chat and maybe we'll talk about it. And I sent out some invites to friends to stop by if they like. And if you're actually a member of this channel, you can find your invite to the panel in the membership tab on the community page. I've decided from now on, in addition to the people I normally invite to the show, if you're a member, you got a chance as well. And I'd like to welcome my panel today. I have Tiger Stripes. Hello to Tiger Stripes. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I know you were excited for Shaun of the Dead. I'm so sorry. I couldn't get that prepared.
My Edgar Wright thing, name and headline. Yes. Oh, God.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Next week.
Yeah, next Friday will be Shaun of the Dead. I didn't want to do it without preparation.
Oh no, so important. The first in the Cornetto trilogy.
And it makes me laugh so much, that movie. So we got to
yes.
do it right.
Yes.
It deserves the best. But thank you so much for hanging out.
Really happy to be here.
How are you?
I'm good. Good. Yeah.
Scotty R37, have you returned?
I have returned.
Well, I also want to thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for
how's it
having me.
going?
Oh, things are great. Things are tickety-boo.
Wonderful. Let's see what Canadian Spider-Man is doing. He says hello and good morning, everyone.
Ahoy, hoy.
And also Matt G. Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU, and Doctor Who. That's great. DJ Play Nice is also here in the chat. Hey, DJ. Also hello to Gorilla, who says, office people out on the floor today, so I'll be in super secret double lurk mode. Ooh.
Don't let the suits catch you.
Yeah, this gives me great consternation, Gorilla. I think maybe you need to watch later. I cannot endorse doing something that might compromise your job.
Yeah, but remember the philosophy of Ferris Bueller. Like, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and take a look around, you might miss it. So, Gorilla, you do you.
I trust Gorilla knows what he's doing, but if you've got to stop the stream and watch it later, I understand that too. A lot of my views,
and I stand by it.
A lot of my views come from.
Say no more.
A lot of my views come from the replay, so I'm totally fine with you. Listening later. But I understand the desire to be around when it's live because it's kind of fun to interact live. But if you gotta stop, you gotta stop. Keep your job, Gorilla. Number one.
Yes, please.
Hey, Gavin.
FKHC. Hey. Sorry, I forgot what day it was. Hey, but you made it, Franco. It's so great to see you.
Good to see you, Franco.
Franco.
He says, please subscribe, hit the bell, share, hit like, and select live chat. And I am very excited today also because we've got a panelist who I haven't had on my channel in a while. So let's bring him up.
A successful beaming. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Hey, welcome back. Stone Racket.
It's great to be back.
Hey.
Yeah. How have you been doing?
I've been just fine. I've been time tripping with my cats, and it's great to be back in the present.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back from your time travels. So we're gonna just talk about a random assortment of topics, but I guess I'll just start us off with a couple of topics that I think about all the time, which is of course Orville season 4. I am still optimistic about that. What do you guys think about that?
Have there been any announcements of, aside from offhanded comments from Seth about it is happening? It's a matter of when,
but
not
that's
if.
that's what I go by is when he said there will be more. That's the last thing that we really have that's official. But JP, it was a couple months ago.
Okay.
But there was, if you watch Talking to Orville with JP, he says he's been hearing things that are positive. Hey, and welcome to Jet Sparks.
Hey,
I haven't had you on the channel in a while either.
Yeah, hey, thank you for inviting me on. So I decided to take advantage.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. How have you been doing?
I've been good. I've been trying to focus back on my writing, and I know I was down in Tennessee for 4th of July weekend, and now I'm resting, recuperated, and now I'm just happy to get back to doing what I do best in life, and that is being the greatest author and have him someday getting my stories out there for the world to enjoy. Your
stories. So, do you write short stories or novellas or novels?
It's kind of how I write some things, one big project, like one thing that I'm writing that I've had developing since I was like my freshman year of high school is a superhero story, and I kind of wrote it in chapters in a way. And I know I've been recently working on the newer and final drafts of these stories now, and I mean they flow a lot better than when I look back at my first drafts. Is like, yeah, this is definitely someone like a teenager wrote these, and I mean there's not much substance to it, but I try to give these more substance now, and even then I do the same thing with a lot more reverence with a couple other projects I'm working on. And like I said, this superhero story and another project are actually set in the same universe together. So the other one's technically like a prequel to that story. But if
some of the best world building happens when you're a teenager, so maybe you got. It sounds like you have something special there. And
yeah, I know. But
how much have you gotten published?
I haven't got any of it published yet. I mean, I'm still just trying to get it all down. But you know how writer's block tends to go. But I mean, I just have so much. Even then, there have been times where I've had a lot of mental clutter, and only in the last few months I just need a lot more clarity and trying to focus on other things. Like, of course, I have a YouTube channel, but I often think it's still really not going much of anywhere. No matter what I'm trying to do.
I know how you feel. I feel just like that myself.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here? I just basically my YouTube channel is a way to make friends and hang out and be able to talk about stuff that you can't talk about usually.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you start up a conversation about Star Trek with your family, they'll be like, "What?" They'll think you're talking about Star Wars, and they'll start talking about that.
Yeah, my like I said, I think I said last time, my dad probably knows most things known to knows a lot of stuff about Star Trek better than anyone I know, and that's about it. I mean, I know some things about Star Wars, and I've been delving into the expanded universe, but that's about it. That's mostly of my knowledge, and the same thing can apply to both Mass Effect and Halo, but. Back to the topic you guys were on about the Orville season 4, which I'm absolutely super excited for.
Yeah, me too. That I think it's gonna come back in some way on the screen. He can't be just talking about the comic books because then saying there will be more, he would have been just lying. So
Yeah,
it's either got to be live action, an animated series, or a movie.
yeah. Well, I would still prefer it be live action. I mean, the effects for the Orville were so well done.
The last season 3 was really gorgeous. Even if I think the storytelling was a little better in seasons 1 and 2, because I realize I understand that Seth has a writing team and they get together and make
Yeah.
sure everything's cohesive, and I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
seasons 1 and 2 were magical because they brought in outside writers to shake things up, and there
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of things shaking up season 3.
Yeah,
I saw seasons 1 and 2. Haven't seen season 3.
Yeah. I would say season one's a little rough to get through. I mean, if you're a person just looking at it, if you're a person who's watched Family Guy, is like, oh yeah, this is just a spoof of Star Trek with the guy who created Family Guy. But he tries to create something a little special. I mean, again, this is basically Seth MacFarlane saying, yeah, this is why, yeah, since you guys didn't let me work on Star Trek, I'll just make my own Star Trek. Thank you. And the next 2 seasons really kind of like change things up a little bit. I mean, well, again, I'd say near the end of season 2 is where like things really sort of change up and the stakes get a lot higher.
Yes, that's where they get their war arc with the with the Kaelon and all of that, and that
Right.
definitely carried forth into season 3. But season 3 kind of just put it on the back burner, and then at the last minute, oh yeah, we are
What?
going to deal with this.
Avis.
And then-
Avis, we try harder.
Exactly.
That's one thing I remember from season 2.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, they never went for the obvious Enterprise joke.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a fan of Seth. Never watched Family Guy. Never will. But I'm
Mm.
not sure. Should I check out season 3 of Orville or not?
I think it's
Yes.
worth watching. There's
Yes.
conversations to be had whether you like the episodes or not, and they're
Yeah.
still well written.
But if
I
you ever
like
get a
I like the design of the ship. I think
Yes.
that's beautiful.
It does look good. But if you ever do get around to watching Family Guy, personally, okay, maybe not, but
Not gonna do it.
okay. But I personally would just recommend it at least the first 3 seasons and maybe a few of the Road 2 episodes with Stewie and Brian.
Yeah, the road episodes are really, really great. But I also, the sweet spot for me for Family Guy, I'm in it until
The
Adam
homage
West stops
episodes?
being But when Adam West stops being mayor, that's where I checked out.
Yeah. I mean, I still think one of the most insane episodes, but I think that was probably the last great episode was The Less They Were Fewer, where they just kill off a bunch of random characters that pretty much were just glorified background characters in the earlier seasons.
I never made it that far. I think I made it so far as the first time where Brian died and then he didn't die, and then
real fun.
Less They Were Fewer happens before
Well, but
Brian.
that sounds super spoilery. So
My name is Brian, and I'm very much alive. But unfortunately, Brian from
Okay.
Alf has passed on.
Yes,
That's what Benji's character's name was. I heard
Yes,
about
Brian.
that. That's
Yes.
so sad.
I mean, I think the only episode I remember watching of Alf was that one where he got exposed, and it was like a film crew coming to their house, and it's like, what's going on here? They don't got anything. All I got is film, and then Alf just starts eating it.
Well, I was basically a baby
And-
when Alf came out, so I really loved it, but I don't
And
remember
Scott-
a darn
Scott-
thing from it.
Scotty, what was the name of the cat?
Lucky.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, but
And,
that death, it
Alf,
was really tragic.
There was
Sorry
an
about that.
episode that there. Yeah, indeed, it's a sad story.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see that the other day in the headlines. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, so be careful if you're taking a nap in your car. Don't just
In Arizona
that.
specifically.
Oh,
Don't-
but is in
my
Arizona. I
God.
was like, oh
I
dear.
did not hear about this. Some sort of self-driving car accident.
No.
heat stroke.
Yeah,
Oh, my
so he
God.
apparently, I read this on TMZ, so the most reliable of news sources,
Yes.
and it was the actor Benji who played Brian. He went to deposit a residuals check at the Bank of America. He went into his car with his personal support dog, which looked like a bulldog, and basically took a nap. And then I'm assuming that he was in there while the car was running and the air conditioning was on. And then I'm guessing he ran out of gas or something and it just shut off. And so while he was in there, he had heat stroke asphyxiation in his car and with the dog. And those were the details that were presented. It just adds, I don't know, one or two other questions as to what, like, I've never had a nap in my car. I've seen people nap in their cars, but I've never
I
done
have many times at work.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I just found it
I've
odd.
done it
too.
I've done it during road trips where I realize I'm too sleepy to go on, and if I don't have a nap, I'll be in more danger. But I have an alarm on my phone, and and so or whatever. But
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm good at power naps, and if I had a car, I could take a nap in my car. But I would definitely not do it in the Southwest.
Oh, I mean, it's a scorcher here. I mean, most of everything currently right now is like most of the country is like covered in like near 100-degree heat temperatures.
yeah, and well, you usually hear this kind of thing happening to parents who leave their babies in the car, but I don't hear about it happening to adults. So it's really tragic.
Rare.
I think it also stated he also was suffering from bipolar disorder and depression.
Yes.
So
there was mental health concerns as well.
Was he the kid in the show?
Yeah.
Ah.
But and our thoughts go out to his family, and it is sad because he did provide a shockwave into popular culture through Alf, and the show wouldn't be the same without Brian.
Yeah.
But going back to the Orville, here are the three possibilities that I can foresee. Is that there's another season that would be like the final season, I would assume, considering the distance between the last season and this one. It seems it's almost like a legacy season at this point. Or we could get an animated series, which I really, if they say we're having an animated series of the Orville, I'm going to be rather disappointed. Or they could do like an Orville movie, and it will be just as successful as Serenity.
Yeah, that was my initial thought too.
Yeah, maybe.
Was Serenity successful?
No.
No, it was not.
It wasn't. But
That's why I laughed.
I liked it. I liked it as a movie, but it was basically the series finale.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
I like True
it as
Hotel
much as the
Ejiofor.
series, not even close, not by a long shot.
No. But also, like I talked about this when over on on Cinema Gope on Wednesday. By the way, Franco was there, so thanks for being there. But
and I love the series. I was a big fan right from the start.
Right, but I had seen, and with that, I was talking about the Maxine just came out from the X trilogy. So there was X, Pearl, and Maxine, and the first one that I saw was the third one in the trilogy, which I found it fine. But people are completionists nowadays.
Is that a superhero thing?
No, it's like a horror.
It's a slasher.
Horror.
Yeah, I've only
into the horror.
Sorry.
But that's okay. I want you guys to continue talking about Maxine and that, but I just want to say hello to Cam's Crash Courses. So, hello everyone. Hi Jill, panel chat, off for an adventure, camping, music, festival. Have a great weekend, everyone, and have some fun. Sounds like you're gonna have some fun.
It's wicked cool that you're doing that, dude.
And hello to Sentai Ranger Donnie. Hey Donnie.
Oh, hey
Donnie.
Hey there. Always good to see him in any chat, whether it's Flashcast or anything.
For sure. I hope everyone is well, despite the passing of Power Rangers voice actor Tom Rainer.
I saw that.
Oh,
I saw that.
Who did he voice?
I'm sorry to hear that, Donnie.
Who did he voice in the show?
I don't know, but I do.
Oh, Donnie
follow...
can tell us.
Yeah, Donnie will let us know.
Donnie's
please. Yeah, please.
Power Rangers Encyclopedia.
Yeah, well, I could say I'm enough of one, but I don't know every Ranger voice actor outside of maybe like the only prolific actor that's been in Power Rangers has been like James Galen, and Kelson Henderson. They've been like the two most prolific actors, whether doing voice roles or live action for the show since the Disney era started, since the Disney era onward.
Yeah, I kind of dropped out of Power Rangers after the Green Ranger became the White Ranger. So that was a long time ago. Hello to Claude Parrish. He says, I nap as I drive. Not recommended. No, don't do that.
That reminds me of a joke. Is I want to die in my sleep, just like my grandfather, not like the other three people who were in the car with him.
Peacefully in my sleep.
Is it peacefully in my sleep?
It
Not
has
like the
to
other
be peacefully. I want to die
That's
peacefully in my sleep like my grandpa,
but not like the other three people in the car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Claude Parrish says the Orville, 7 years, 33 episodes. It's like Star Trek continues with more money. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah,
But
it's a.
the one
Go
thing
ahead.
the reason I brought up Maxine is that, and it is in relation to Serenity, is that I saw Serenity in the theater with a lady I was seeing at the time who was a huge Firefly fan, and she wanted to go see it, and I checked it out, and I saw the movie first before I saw the television show. Loved the movie, and then I watched the series afterwards.
A hero of Kansas, a man.
Well, yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happened with me with that makes sense. A lot of people saw Serenity before Firefly, but now I'm wondering.
You had to work really hard to catch Firefly on the television.
Yeah.
But I did, and it was worth it. And I was a massive fan. And I was very fortunate because I did live in Los Angeles, so I did get to go to a premiere.
Ooh.
And there was a massive after party on the Universal City lot, and a lot of the people were there, and it was very fancy. So.
Regardless of the creator of the show, but Fox had basically screwed him over numerous times. I mean, other than Firefly, it's been Dollhouse, which is a show I actually did watch, and I actually did like it. It was intriguing for a while.
I liked it too. I watched it all the way to the end of it. It was a good series. It was interesting, and good characterization.
But that's something you could actually do with any other character. I mean, regardless if it's Elijah Dushku, you could just do it with any type of actress. And again, it's just like your body is basically a blank slate, but literally you're just uploading another person's mind into another body, essentially.
Exactly. You can read. You can. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a bit distracted. There's a new panelist coming up in just a bit, but he's having connection issues, so we'll wait to see how he's doing with that.
Yeah, back a little bit to Maxine a little bit. I haven't seen Maxine. I just heard about it. I didn't know there was even a trilogy. All I know is the film X. I mean, I watched it, and the only reason why I watched it was because of Jenna Ortega, more or less.
Sure. But I found Maxine was really, really good. It is set in 1985, and it is very true to the era. And I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was good. I didn't know what I was getting into. I knew it was Maxine, part of the trilogy, and it was great. I recommend it. I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. It won't blow your socks off, but it'll definitely keep you entertained.
Okay.
But X, I watched X afterwards, and it added flavor to Maxine. I'm still looking forward to seeing Pearl, but it is one of those things where people say, you don't have to see the entire trilogy in order to get what's going on in the third one. And so I thought it was very well made that way, because it does hit all the beats of knowing what's going on without being heavy-handed in its explanations.
Yeah, it seems like you enjoyed the movie better than the people who had seen the previous movies. So
yes. Well, but they were comparing it. they were comparing it to Pearl, and they all absolutely were over the moon for Pearl, and that's the one that I haven't seen yet.
Okay. Well, before we continue this conversation, I want to welcome Max Redstone.
Oh
Hello.
my God! What's happened to his head? It's on
Oh no!
backwards.
Oh no, another transporter accident. Seriously, sorry. I think I'd just take a shuttle instead. Sorry.
Lock 1, lock 2, lock 3, lock 9.
You did. You took a shuttle. You didn't have the sound.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, welcome, Max.
Oh,
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Hi.
We're talking about horror movies.
Horror movie.
Maxine.
Oh,
The
yes.
Maxine thing. I
Nope.
haven't seen it, but Scotty has.
And Jet Sparks has seen X.
Gosh, I grew up with I think was Scott Baio in the original. Scott Baio was in like one of the original. He was in like one of the original Friday the 13th, wasn't he?
Scott Baio? Kevin
Wasn't
Bacon
he?
was in the first one.
Yeah.
Was he the one? Was he the one where he met his end in the cot and it's like, yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, those ones were scary. Those are organically scary in the original. I am not going to poo-poo on anything that came after just because it came after. But those were, just because I'm a sentimentalist, those were scary, and organically scary.
Yeah, but you also know you run out of ideas when it comes to horror movies when you eventually just go to space or any.
Yes. I will stipulate.
I recently watched Jason X just because I had it in my pile and I was like, I should check this out again because I had only seen it when it first came out on DVD. It is schlockly awesome.
Okay.
It is.
Schlock has value.
Yeah. Like I'm not.
I don't
again,
know what Jason X is. Is it a
Jason
horror
X is
film?
Jason Goes to Space. Yes, Jason Voorhees,
Friday
the man in the hockey
the
mask.
13th.
Yeah, I don't.
In space.
I saw the first one at a drive-in and I laughed all the way through it. It was
Nice.
ridiculous.
Oh, before it gets away from me, I want to thank Eugene Bird for the $9.99 super sticker. Or super chat, rather.
Thank you for coming to Jill's. Sit back and relax.
How do they get?
Be chill.
How do they get the 99 cents? Whenever I super chat, it's always an even amount.
You can add it in. You can do it by hand.
Yeah, I tried doing that. It just reverted back to an even amount, so it doesn't work for me.
I think I only super chatted somebody once. It was a long time ago. It was about asking a question about Darth Bane.
I remember.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember
Yeah.
Friday? Well, okay, no, I don't know if anyone. I'm 45. I remember Friday the 13th, the TV series. It was on Saturday night after Saturday Night Live.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I know, I never watched that.
I kind of sort of remember it, but that's
Was it out
not
of
worth
Canada?
anything.
A lot of those very late night shows often were some sort of distributed shows out that were originally made in Canada. And there were a bunch of them that were pretty good. That
Possibly.
came on just
I mean, it was
so impossibly late. If you had to drag yourself into work the next morning, you were a wreck.
Yeah,
Forever Night was like that where I lived. You could only watch Forever Night.
It was like I said, it was
11:30
Saturday. It was Saturday night. So if it was during the school year, the only thing I was in danger of being late to the next day was Hebrew school.
So did you like Friday the 13th TV show?
Yeah, it was. They had.
Was it anything like Tales from the Crypt?
Yes. They had. The way I remember it was. Gosh, I might be confusing.
Where you going, man?
I might be confused. When I think about it, I might be confusing it with the Nightmare on Elm Street. TV
See, I,
series.
I did see that because I was always more of a Freddy guy.
Yeah, because that was more like short story episodes.
With Freddy as the host.
That's what I kind of
yes.
From the crypt.
Yeah, okay. No, that's what I'm talking about.
So I want to play a video for Eugene Bird. I didn't get a chance.
Okay.
Eugene.
We're gonna play.
Those eyes.
Kirk had quite the reputation as a ladies' man.
Not him. Spock.
Yeah.
My congratulations, Captain. Dazzling display of logic.
And there you go.
Yep.
So, but also I want to say, Canadian Spider-Man's also going camping in his RV tonight.
Doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Camping in an RV doesn't count.
That's right. No, you need a
counts.
tent. True camping is in a tent.
He has a tent too. Maybe
there are so many issues that are besetting the RV industry right now. Let him have it. Let him have the camping.
Oh, I'll let him have it.
Okay, good.
Next time I see him. No.
But speaking of horror, waking up at 90 miles per hour is bracing.
Indeed.
Claude.
Oh my goodness. Don't do that. So Centaur Ranger Donnie says Descendants and the Orville are among the few things I love best about Disney.
One of the few things that I mean at my dentist's office they have like a TV. One's on the wall, one's on the ceiling. So it's like when they put you back. And every freaking time it's on HGTV. I hate if there's one channel that I hate.
I think this is something you have to address before they lean you back.
Well, of course, they know by this time they know this. I mean, they know this, of course, and they know to like give me the remote. But it's just always on HGTV. I don't know why I hate HGTV. It is the most unreal when they flip a house. It's like, oh, I bought this house just because of this floor. It's like they don't show any of the realistic things that go wrong, like corrupt zoning inspectors or just contractors that disappear. Like
you're riding a bummer, Max.
I'm sorry.
All that stuff is just like every other reality TV show.
You're pull back on the stick, Max.
No, that's okay.
Not
this
is reminding me. We're not watching HGTV.
Well, that happens to me when I get my nails done too. They have HGTV on also.
Yeah, but you know what they never show? They never show the insurance fraud. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, but
they're not. There's no realism.
There's no truth in this art. They never show people on Star Trek going to the bathroom. Ruined.
Exactly.
I want to talk about sci-fi, not HGTV.
I appreciate your patience.
We're curving the conversation, but with love, Max.
But you see, Scotty R37 had to go to the dentist, and he had a plan in place. He asked for Star Trek straight up.
Yay!
Well, I always put on Star Trek.
Wow.
So there you go. You got to have a plan when you go to the dentist, or otherwise you'll be stuck.
Unless it's Voyager, then I see if there is something else on. But hey.
Well, and when I did go to the dentist, it was Next Generation season 1. So no matter what, it was torture.
See a match where hey, hello to Arabic Sander.
Arabic, I haven't seen you in a hound's age.
Arabic.
Hey.
How long is the hound's age?
I do it by hand. Never mind.
Franco.
I think any Real Housewives show qualifies as horror.
Well,
I'd say about any reality TV show like The Bachelor or the K's. The K's.
I have a friend who's in development in reality TV, and it's just I just talked with him once. I'm like, dude, if he moved out of LA, he's like works from home in another state, but it's like, dude, if a tsunami of sewage washed over LA, the next day the reality TV industry would be up and running. He's like, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you know, it's much easier to script a
Yes.
reality TV show and hire untalented
Yeah, I mean, it's
rather than
basically just
real actors.
It's basically just
Scripted. No, Survivor. It's real. I saw it.
Oh yeah.
I thought the only thing that seemed somewhat real was Survivor Man, because he filmed the whole thing just himself, more or less. But Man vs. Wild is obviously completely scripted. Like Bear Grylls, after the camera's done rolling, he just eats a granola bar afterwards.
Bear Grylls versus the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, the bear guy. Yeah, it's more spectacle.
Yep, it is.
Continental breakfast is nothing but carbohydrates. I can't eat anything here.
You think that's bad? I think my ninth grade, my freshman year, geography teacher made us watch that once. Made us watch Man vs. Wild. Oh yeah. Boy.
I mean, have you ever heard Mike Rowe talk about The Deadliest Catch when it first started?
Oh yeah, my sister used to love that show, but after all the allegations that came out, she's done with it.
Well, yeah, because what happened was, Mike Rowe, he had Dirty Jobs.
Oh wait, hang on a second.
Okay, I'm gonna bump in here.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly.
Much love.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, go
Take
ahead.
good care.
Okay.
Thank you for having me, Jill. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye, Tiger Stripes. Thank you for hanging out for as long as you could.
Cool seeing
and
you again.
I appreciate seeing you every time, and I hope you can be back next Friday.
See you next week.
Dead.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, Sean.
So,
bye bye.
All right.
So,
bye. Nice seeing you.
Just like really quick, because I know it's not sci-fi, but it's like
no. You
apparently,
can talk
apparently,
about
Mike Rowe did a season's worth of filming as a greenhorn on one of the crab boats, and then he filmed it, and he was supposed to but that was like right before he premiered Dirty Jobs, so it was gonna be like Dirty Jobs and then The Deadliest Catch, and he's like, guys, come on, I can't do like the Dirty Jobs and then like say, oh, this is the deadliest. And so he's like, so instead of like, so there's like a whole season of him being a greenhorn that's just never been aired, and he like narrated the first season and then just did Dirty Jobs instead because he couldn't do. So yeah. Anyway. But I saw in the chat a question about Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Yeah. I have not watched it yet, Franco, but I have heard that the first 15 to 20 minutes is okay, but then it's just like, oh man, dude, what? It's like it loses from what I gather, and I've not seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet either. I'll have to see it for myself. Because
from what I heard, it loses its believability quickly, and I'm gonna have to watch it just because I'm talking about it now. So
I'm gonna watch it because I've heard again Ben from Cinema Gulp. He was raving about it. We had a conversation about it, and he. I
want to like it. I want to like it
too, but I hear that the humor isn't there.
Yeah, I mean, I like Beverly Hills Cop 2, and I mean not as much as 1, but it's like actually watching it over time, it's like I realized, this is a really not great movie, and it's just a carbon copy, but it's a really good crappy movie.
But this is what happens with like current, in my opinion. This is me shaking my fist at clouds. Hey, James Caserta. But like, even if the general consensus is that it's a bad movie, but you like it, who cares?
Yeah, that's why I want to watch it. Just because. Yeah.
So Claude Parrish says Axel F is likable, comfy, even like an old shoe. So yes, every time I hear about it, I still want to go see it.
You mean it's gonna go insane and start shooting Cardassian ships? No, I'm just kidding. That's a start. Remember the Captain Maxwell, and it's like there was the one episode where they introduced the Cardassians.
Oh, right.
And Picard is talking to O'Brien. It's like, the pain can become comfortable, like an old leather. It's
like old leather.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that's good. Good pull. Good pull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice pull. Nice Star Trek reference.
Anyway,
I do like that episode where O'Brien sings.
That was a great episode, and also like the way a new species should be like introduced into Star Trek. But yeah.
Way better than the Ferengi, for sure.
It was great characterization for O'Brien. I think his character started to build from there.
I don't hate you, Cardassian. I hate what I became because of you.
You know
right,
what?
Right, Maddie's daddy.
Hey, Maddie's daddy.
Also, hello to Maddie's daddy. Good morning. And also hello to Matt G, who says, Jill. And so I have to say, Matt G.
I'm going to, hey, Matt G.
Also, hello to Edge of Time. I know you just started, and I got to keep saying hi.
I know. We got business.
Senility check. Senility check? What?
Senility.
Yeah. Before
attempting senior dating.
Well, okay. If you really want to play it that way, that's the responsible thing to do. But hey,
it's like 51st dates.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And James Caserta wants to remind you about his book. Check out my Star Trek replacement series script, Zortex. On Simply Scripts. Unproduced section and my pitch in the discussion boards.
Zortex.
Zardoz.
That sounds like it could be like I don't want to say it's like a topical treatment, but
it sounds kind of almost like a villain name.
Oh no! Oh no! Who is it? It's Zortex.
We'd have to go check out the script. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's also on Amazon.
Zortex, you bastard!
Greetings, my human enemies. I am Zortex, the Conqueror.
Zortex.
Oh, what is it? Stark of Iron
destroy all humanoids.
Does a great impression of the villain from Galaxy Quest.
Oh yes, he does. He does.
Canadian
Spider-Man says one part where Eddie couldn't talk his way into a restaurant, and then his daughter comes in as the strong woman to easily talk her way in.
Yeah.
Of course.
I made the joke. It's like in Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy, Axel Foley wrecked the buffet at the Harrow Club. In this movie, like his daughter turns it into affordable housing.
Oh boy.
Oh.
What?
I've heard that the daughter character is the weakest part of the movie, but the rest of it does sort of make up for it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is supposed to be good.
Yeah.
They do have the originals like Taggart and Rosewood.
You know, if I was going to remake Blake 7, I would. Joseph Gordon-Levitt would be on the short list for me for Avon.
Oh.
If.
Yeah, I still need to watch more of Blake 7 to agree or not. But Canadian Spider-Man says that the writing was crappy. But if people like it, that's fine. I found no redeeming aspects of the movie.
No redeeming aspects? That's harsh.
Yeah, not at all.
Hey, it's his opinion.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, if somebody gives something an F, it's like,
I was wrong. James Caserta's book is not on Amazon yet. I don't know what Exegol is.
Exegol it's a planet in The Rise of Skywalker, and I thought we weren't talking about that. But
it's surely you can talk about what you want.
It's actually the Rise of Palpatine, but
yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Well, and the
Rise
thing
of Palpatine.
What I wanted to say, because we referenced The Wounded in terms of the Star Trek quote, and it's like I don't hate you, Cardassian. I hate what you turned me into. That is how I feel about Star Wars fans right now. It's like I don't hate Star Wars fans. Yes. I just hate what they've turned into.
Claude, I was speaking in very, very, very broad hypotheticals. Okay.
No, Claude's cool.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy, man.
Oh no, yeah. To Max, Claude Parrish says remake Blake 7. We're talking treason in here. I shall report you to the Federation.
Well, and that's when you're
let's hear
remaking
it for
something.
Blake's
shouldn't
8.
What? Oh, well, yeah. Let's have Sandra Bullock play Danny Ocean. No, but like when you're doing Blake 7, I would assume that it's sort of James Bond rules. It has to be a British cast. It has to sort of maintain that feel. And that's what I would expect. And again, I'm not even remotely a Blake 7 fan, but when you remake, say, The Prisoner, and they did with Jim Caviezel, it's like this doesn't have the same sort of stiff upper lip sense that the original had.
It didn't have Patrick McGowan. That's
well, that's why it's Jim Caviezel's name.
Yeah.
Franco Walker says, I didn't see it that way. Axel was losing his touch and his daughter was backing him up. Yeah, that's why I got to see it myself to tell.
Yeah, me too.
He's just there to hate on him or if there's actually a good story there.
And that's what I find most frustrating in terms of in terms of fandoms recently, is that people have preconceived decisions, or they've heard their decisions be spouted at them by other opinion makers, and they've already decided that they haven't seen it, don't like it. And I won't subscribe to that unless I do, in which case I am clearly making fun of people who haven't seen it and they don't like it.
I mean, I don't see what the heck. I mean, look, I'm gonna say it straight. How was casting Andor the best character in? He wasn't even the best character in Rogue One personally, and he gets the whole series. I just don't get it.
But I've heard nothing but good things about that series.
Huh. But I mean, like I said, I've checked out of like all Disney Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I'm still subscribed to I'm still a Verizon subscriber. I get Disney Plus for free. I still won't use it.
Yeah, I get Disney Plus for free because between Disney and Hulu, they couldn't figure out which entity was billing me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, well, let's just cancel the whole thing. And that was back in 2022. And I called them 3 times. They still didn't get it canceled, and I still have it. So, and I'm not being billed, and I still refuse to watch any of the Disney Star Wars crap.
I canceled my Hulu subscription. It was getting too expensive, and plus, I did it before like the Disney Plus for the Disney Plus integration stuff. The last thing I watched on there was, honestly, it's a reality show, but it kind of weirdly had my attention. It was Stars on Mars.
Stars on Mars.
Stars on Mars? What? What is that?
Yeah, it was hosted by William Shatner, and it had a whole bunch it had a bunch of D-list celebrities. I mean, you had people like Andy Richter, Kat Cora. The only other person.
I love Andy Richter. How dare you call him D-list?
Well, yeah, Andy Richter kind of came in later. You had Kat Cora, Paul from one of the Boston Celtics. Forgot the guy's name. Some ice skater. Lance Armstrong and Ariel Winter from Modern Family, who really
Ariel Winter,
who really actually thought it. She thought when he said Lance Armstrong, she thought he was Neil Armstrong.
Hey, so speaking of hosted by William Shatner, have you ever watched Rescue 911?
Hells yes.
I remember vaguely watching that back a long time ago.
Love it. I loved it.
Reruns of it, just like with Alf too.
I've watched just one of them. I've watched.
Oh man, it was great. It was better than Unsolved Mysteries because it's like because they were only getting for me because it's like they were giving like the most uplifting stuff.
I did want to say, just respond to Maddie's daddy. The first guy they wanted to play 007 was American. The first guy to play 007 on screen was American. It was Barry Nelson in Casino Royale.
Right. On CBS, Climax Theater.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was a radio play.
But he didn't play a British agent.
No, it was on screen.
He didn't play
Jimmy Bond.
Yeah, he didn't play a British agent. He was an American agent named Jimmy Bond. Or Jimmy Card Sense Bond.
And the funniest guy to play James Bond was Steve Martin.
Oh yeah, I saw. Oh yeah, I wanted to actually watch that. It's on.
That the Saturday.
He was like,
Go Loser Ranger. That's on Hulu.
And he was like the really cheap ass James Bond.
Yeah, how much is that going to be? Okay, well then I'll have a Corona. Wait, how much is that? Oh no, I can't. Never mind. No, that was funny. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Donnie says I had Hulu as well. Now I get Disney Plus Hulu, and he loves it. And I subscribe to Hulu for only one reason. Like I mostly canceled all my streaming services, but I subscribe to Hulu just to support Orville. And I'll watch Orville from there every once in a while, just to remind everybody that people love it.
Isn't the Orville now on Disney Plus?
It's not on Hulu anymore?
Well,
no,
it's on Disney Plus and Hulu, as you
said. They're all one now, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. I haven't watched Orville from Hulu in a while. Let me check. Because I'm going to cancel my Hulu.
The last thing I watched on Disney Plus was the 7-hour Get Back documentary on the Beatles.
Yeah. See, Now, which one do you prefer in terms of streaming services, just to sort of take a pivot? Which one would you rather subscribe to? Disney Plus or Apple TV or whatever the fuck it's called?
I don't subscribe to either one of them.
Yeah,
well, no, but it's not whether or not you're actually committed to a subscription. I'm asking you which one, if you had, let's say, a coupon.
I'm not familiar with Apple TV at all, so I can't say.
Exactly.
Well, isn't For All Mankind on Apple?
That's
right. I'm not watching For All Mankind.
No, I appreciate that, sir. But there are things that are curiosities that if you did have a choice between going to, and again, everyone has an opinion in regards to Disney Plus because people are very angry at Disney. If you had a choice, like let's say you have one option, it's going to be free. All you have to do is click the button. And which one would you take, Apple or Disney?
Max.
Tubi.
HBO.
If you want to play, then I'm going to go have a cigarette. I'll be back in a second.
Well, but Max is a streaming service. You were just asking.
I'm not a streaming service. I am not a streaming service. I am a person.
It was once called HBO. I can't believe why. That was just ridiculous. They just changed it to just Max. Even then,
I mean that was I mean,
I am not a number. I am a free cat.
I'm a free man.
Speaking of The Prisoner, I'm getting oodles of Prisoner collectibles. I'm starting to collect the action figures that came out a few years back. Some of those came back into stock at the Prisoner UK online shop, and so I bought some of those. But one of the packages on the back said collect them all, so I went to eBay and I got every one of them. So
wow.
They're on their way. I've got 2 of them so far, and then there's 3 other parcels on their way from across the pond. I should get them by next weekend.
And so I'm just a little bit distracted here because I am trying to sign in to Hulu, and Hulu is not letting me sign in. It's like my Disney now, and I'm like, okay, I haven't signed into this.
My Disney.
Yeah, this is ridiculous why they had to integrate. I mean, honestly, Universal should have taken like the whole thing, so that Hulu is theirs, and basically they should have discontinued Peacock more or less.
I agree with that one, but they did get at least $8 billion to start.
Yeah, I remember
from Disney, and now Universal is building and adding to their theme parks, and they're gonna eat Disney's lunch.
I remember that. I remember this
Universal
during the
cool.
.com.
Oh yeah, I'd rather go there.
I remember that.
Yeah, me too.
During the .com boom, there was a company called Quest Communications. They got bought up by, and they had an ad for Quest, and it was a man checking into a hotel, and he asked the woman at the front desk, like, "Oh, what type of television do you have?" It's like, we have movies. It's like, which one? All of them? Like one day there's going to be so much internet connectivity, and it's going to be so fast that you can get any movie, anytime, anywhere. I'm like, yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so just to give a little report, yes, I did have to reset my password to get into Hulu, but Hulu.com still has the Orville. So I'm still good. I'm not going to get Disney Plus.
Okay.
But anyhow.
Understandable.
But yeah, I haven't
Right.
checked my Disney Plus for about a year. So I'm not sure what I'll probably have to redo my password, but isn't Hulu just a little tab within Disney Plus now?
Yeah, it is now. Well, yeah, but I don't have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I just
okay.
have Hulu.
Radio.
Yeah.
So I'll have to check that out. I'm pretty sure I can watch the Orville from the Disney Plus account.
Yeah, I'm sure you can too.
Ironically enough, one thing about Disney Plus is that I noticed when I was down in Tennessee is that my little cousin, who's about to turn 2 in August, he absolutely loves Bear in the Big Blue House. I remember watching it when I was very little, and it just lit up my heart knowing that he loves that show.
Oh, that's really sweet. Well, I guess that's good that the older kids content is carrying forward like that. I never watched that one in particular.
Yeah.
Maddie's daddy says I didn't know that. The first guy they offered the Bond role to was American bodybuilder / Hercules Steve Reeves, who turned it down because he thought it should be played by Brit.
Understandable.
That's what Maddie's daddy has to say about that. Thank you.
Yeah, Patrick McGowan was offered it, but he turned it down because he felt it was.
He didn't want to kiss too many ladies.
Well, he just said it was just an immoral character, and he didn't want to deal with that. Plus, you're right. He didn't like that kissy face stuff, but he likes the good old fisticuffs violence.
But it was also informed by the fact that he had played Secret Agent Man and then Number 6, and he thought that it was quite similar. And he didn't.
No, this is before Danger Man.
Oh, okay.
Hello to Mikey Sue's Ford.
Hey, Mikey!
In a little song. Thank you. Sean Connery's brother Neil was in a Bond spoof called Okay Connery. It's really good.
It's Operation Kid Brother. And Sean Connery felt betrayed because Lois Maxwell and Bernard Lee were in it. He didn't like the fact that they agreed to do that Italian spy spoof.
Oh, yeah, the original M, and of course the original
Miss Moneypenny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well then.
They screwed me over.
You screwed me over, brother.
My brother screwed me over. Stabbed me in the back. Can you believe that?
And now I will do the same to you. And my brother, there can be only one.
Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die.
And then what does he say?
What about Operation Grand Slam?
No. You got it wrong.
Okay,
this isn't a driving test. What did
Stone
Racket?
Gotta remember, I'm the trivia guy. But anyway, I've got to take off here. My stomach is growling something fierce, and I would like to get some lunch. So I will say adieu to all of you. Until next time.
Thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And you all take care.
To hear from you again.
Why, thank you. It's great to hear you too. And I wish all of you a great weekend. And we'll see you sometime later on one channel or another.
Peace out.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye now.
Bye. Oh, we didn't even get to talk about all the cool stuff you bought. There it goes. He goes now.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna play this. I didn't ask for permission yet. I really love the Orville 3 bridge sounds, so I'm gonna put those in the background.
Nice.
Hopefully it's okay. I think it is. I guess we'll find out. Franco Walker says, "Take care to Stone Racket." And Centaur Ranger Donnie's laughing at Mikey. I'll give Danger Mouse, both old and new, a binge at some point.
I remember the old Danger Mouse, but I never saw I didn't know there was a new one.
Mighty Mouse.
Mm-hmm. Reluctant Dragon says Danger Man was in some ways a reaction to James Bond. McGowan quit after the first 2 episodes of season 3 because they were too much like a James Bond story.
Well, and then The Prisoner was a response to Danger Man as well.
What about in like Flint, Our Man Flint?
Love those movies. Love them. But yeah, that is definitely a reaction to Bond.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Mikey Sees4 is going to review those things.
Oh, wow. Sweet.
So that's great.
Okay.
The Reluctant Dragon is here. Hello.
Yes. Okay, so the other topic I had today was the Star Trek and Skydance thing that happened. So
good.
Sherry Redstone. It's just the whole story just seems to be Sherry Redstone wanted out and she got to get out.
Yeah.
Hooray for her.
I mean, basically, the whole thing was just her wanting to get the best stock deal on her stock. I mean, because because there was like the whole thing with Viacom and Paramount and National Amusements, and so she was just vying for the best deal.
And she got it, and the other shareholders did not get such a good deal.
Yeah.
There's this potential lawsuit there. I don't know if they're going to go for that or not. I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, but what about what about all the other rights other than Star Trek? All the other rights to every other thing like
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. Right. All the Nickelodeon stuff. CBS. Like, where's all the rights going? Because I know shows like that show Ghost is on Paramount Plus as well. Or any CBS shows are also on Paramount Plus.
Yes. This deal includes the Paramount stuff, all the Paramount stuff. I'm just Star Trek centric, but you're right. It does have to do with all of that. I don't know what South Park has if that has anything to do with what's going on either. And so I guess that we're just gonna have to wait and see what kind of effects it has. But just a cursory glance about this merger tells me that Skydance has no interest in axing any current Star Trek productions. So I don't know. I don't really know if any shakeup with the management at this point could be a good thing, but Skydance was involved in the production of the JJ movie, so I'm just not sure how much optimism I'm supposed to have about it.
It's an investment group, so it's not really. I mean, I don't know how much optimism I can really have about this. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Like there are rumors that Skydance doesn't like Kurtzman and stuff, but and that they would not extend his contract, but that's just all speculation. So
exactly,
so I can't really speak on that, even though I am.
It's all speculation right now.
Mm.
I mean, I think we'll know. We'll know when we see something. We'll know when we start seeing things coming out.
Well,
yeah.
But it is...
Well, they finished that Section 31 thing, and that's coming out.
Yeah,
which we will be reviewing.
Yeah, apparently we're going to be reviewing that, but I'm gonna title the stream something else because I don't want.
Yes.
I don't want the metrics to go to the show.
Mm.
But I will say Star Trek, but I'll.
Why? It shouldn't say Star Trek. It should just say Section 31.
Star Trek, right? I'll work on it.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, with the Skydance Paramount merger, it's one of those things where I don't necessarily it doesn't hold much weight for me. simply because my interest in the entertainment properties are the entertainments themselves. So all of the behind the scenes stuff, while influential to the creative process, because it is show business, the business part is important. I'll judge it based on the art itself, not necessarily on who is in accounting. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, there's a new CEO, so what is that going to do? I have no idea.
The old boss is same as the new boss, kind of thing.
The Reluctant Dragon says nothing to do with Star Trek Section 31. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that's a good title.
Nothing has been Star Trek since 2005, but I do encounter people on occasion who tell me all about how much they're enjoying all the new Star Trek. I'm just like, wow.
Have you had a chance to check out any Prodigy?
I haven't. I haven't yet. Yeah. I hear season 2 is really great from people that don't generally like new Trek. So,
well, and that's the thing.
It might be worth a look.
That's the philosophy that I want to hold to, is that once you, if you are a fan of something, then you should be able to take a look at new work and sort of say, yeah, it's not as good as the old one, but it's okay.
And especially
automatically.
Especially since it's so far removed from Kurtzman, it's not even produced by Secret Hideout now. It's on Netflix.
Right.
So there's hope with that series, and I'm thinking because I would not be supporting Secret Hideout if I reviewed it. I think I might do genuine reviews of Prodigy.
Interesting.
Well, yeah.
Just see what's going on. Oh, I think they're talking about stuff in the chat. What are they doing in there?
Oh, there's a conversation going, and thank you for being here, guys.
Yeah, James Bond is half Scottish in the books because Fleming was impressed with Connery.
Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, he gave him some Scottish roots.
Hello to Real Raid Nation King. Good to see you.
He's
going
Wade.
to be talking about 80s, 90s, 2000 cartoons next Tuesday. I may be there. I may be able to make it for that. Well, I'm thinking about it. I do love cartoons, so I might write some stuff up for you.
Which cartoons?
Just any. Like he's not
80s?
discriminatory.
Okay.
80s, 90s, 2000.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. So I'm gonna have to bow out. I'm sorry, I should have put that in chat, but I gotta get ready for a
no problem.
photo video shoot.
It's short leave, so you can say it in the.
Pardon me. Stretch. No. I do have something to plug. I am going to be appearing on King Dolphin TV on Wednesday afternoon. Let's see. Where is it? Where did Raymond said? Let's see.
Okay, so I can post a link to King Dolphin TV.
Yeah.
You don't have a link to the show yet.
Yeah.
Is there a show link?
Well, it is. I don't have a show link yet, but it is on the 17th from 6 to 8 at 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be 3 to 5 Pacific, and you will be able to, in addition to the wonderful King Dolphin TV in color show, you'll be able to see me, Max Redstone, and I will be talking about my adventures in drone flying and showing some of my drone footage. And,
that'll be rad.
And talking about being a certificated drone pilot.
Oh, awesome! Yes,
Yeah,
I was hoping to learn more about that, and that's going to be the perfect venue to do that. So definitely,
I got this weekend. I will be up to that. I'm actually preparing a bunch of Captain Infinity. I like that, but yeah, I am preparing some new material, especially for that. So I'm using that as my motivational deadline. So yeah, Wednesday afternoon, King Dolphin TV, Max Redstone.
Yeah, check it out. And thank you for stopping by, Max. It was
Thank you
really
for
fun
having me.
to talk to you about stuff.
And thanks.
You're welcome.
All right.
And I'll see you next time.
See y'all soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Later. And there you go. And it is there you go. Good. Subscribe to Kingdom TV to see Max this Wednesday. Talk about his drones, and that should be fun. He's getting really good at making those videos. He's got a video of birds attacking his drone, or at least circling the drone. I don't know if the drone actually gets attacked, but it does seem they do get really close.
Huh.
He was getting nervous about it. So that's fun. Take care, Max, says Franco Walker.
Well, in just sort of to further the Skydance Paramount, let's work with the assumption that Skydance and Paramount, they do the merger, they do the whole thing, and then they get rid of Secret Hideout after the end of this contract, which I think is going until next year, right?
Yes, 2026. So 2 years.
So 2 years. 2 years. What would
I
you?
wish it was next year.
I know we all want Christmas to come early, but what would you like to see as a new Star Trek? Would you like to see a movie? Would you like to see a television show? Would you like to see another animated show in sort of the 70s TAS style? What would excite you as a Star Trek fan, Jill?
A new ship, new crew, new worlds.
What era?
In the future. Past Nemesis.
Okay.
Ignoring everything that happened from any Kurtzman. Starting Berman era back. I want to go back to the real Star Trek.
The Rick Berman era, not like anything Kurtzman has done. Yeah, because
but I don't think it'll happen. But that's
Picard
what I want.
season 3 was kind of okay.
It accepted too much Kurtzman Trek, and not enough for you, but it accepted too much.
Well, no, enough for me to get mad at points, but it also hugged me when I wanted to come back to Star Trek. So there were things that bothered me, and then there were things. Yeah,
it didn't feel. I didn't feel like I was seeing the characters that I left off, and I know that they tried to brush it off by saying, "Oh, it's been 20 years," so that's why all these changes happened. But
that's not a brush off. That's a. I really anything where I love Commander Riker. Captain Riker.
Yeah, I love Commander Riker.
I like the interactions. I like the interactions. That's something that we still have to do.
That's the problem, is that I don't like the characterization in Star Trek Picard season 3, and so that's why it throws me off. I don't
That's
enjoy
why
it.
You felt betrayed. I understand.
Mhm.
But we still have to.
And a lot of lying about Deep Space Nine. None of it makes any sense, and all of that. But we talked about it on the Phantasmagorium greatly.
No, and we still have to review the last 2 episodes of Picard. That is something that's still in the pipe.
Well, if you want to, we can.
We have to. Now that it's all died down and people are bitching about the Acolyte, we can talk about Picard. People will be like, we're not even worried about that anymore. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you like to talk about things when they're no longer relevant.
Well, I do because and also big shout out to Pop Culture Curator. We had this conversation sort of in the midst of the Picard season 3, where it was the value of chasing the algorithm for the sake of anger clicks is kind of boring for me. And I thought at the time, and I still think I don't want to speak for him, but the impression that I got was that he was frustrated with that as well. And so now
he definitely is.
The dust has settled on that particular thing. It would be an interesting thing to revisit, because I think when we left off on Picard, I think the last thing that we reviewed was the Enterprise D going to warp, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" Because I hadn't seen it in so long.
Well, yeah, and Jordy fixing it all by himself with no help.
No help whatsoever.
In a museum where somehow he was able to keep it secret from everybody.
Yes. Well, yes.
But I guess it almost makes sense because there's no security at that museum either. And the Cardassians would have come and picked it like a long time ago.
But the Defiant was there.
Yeah, but Worf wasn't in it.
That's true. That was actually, yeah. But also, like, that's when people compare Star Trek and Star Wars with the sort of the legacy sequels for it, like when you talk about the sequel trilogy, the one thing that everyone says was a missed opportunity, I think, I'm not saying anything new, is why couldn't we get Luke, Han, and Leia together in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon? And that was really, really disappointing that never happened. But Star Trek fans did get that. We did get the older reunited crew back together on the bridge of the D.
Yeah, I guess just for the image of that, it's just, I guess that's nice, but I just didn't like the story that was put together for it. Franco Walker says, I have to put all these components into a circuit, but I am so tired. Oh, you're still working.
Don't solder when tired.
Yeah, be careful. Definitely. You could burn yourself.
It's gotta burn. It's gonna burn. I actually would like to try to do soldering at some point. Save me a lot of trouble.
I tried it once and I was no good at it. It was because of the alcoholic shakes, though.
Oh, then probably stop drinking?
No, stop soldering.
Oh. Gavin Blackburn says there's a pretty good gangster movie from the 70s starring Patrick McGoohan and Lee Van Cleef, free on YouTube.
Gavin?
1979.
Gavin, I just recently watched that, and it was really good. I highly recommend it. If you're, I don't know, the only thing that I would compare it to is almost like Michael Caine's Harry Brown that came out, but not as elderly. It was so good. It was just a man trying to mind his own business, and he gets sucked back into the underworld. It was so good. But yeah, I saw The Hard Way, and yeah, I second that emotion.
Well, good. I'm glad you did.
Lee Van Cleef is rad. So is Patrick McGoohan. And you put them in the same
Patrick
movie.
McGoohan was really cool.
Good times.
Will there be a Berman movie?
No.
What is wrong with you?
The ugliness is within you. It's a lie.
Well, it's Finity. We know what's wrong.
Yeah.
No, but there will. I don't think there will ever be. Actually, what was it? The Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating podcast show, the Decon Chamber, I think they're calling it now. They did an interview with.
Oh, really?
With Sonequa Martin Green. Yeah, and I know, and that's the thing, is that I'm curious to hear what she says, but I'm pretty sure I'll only make it about 45 seconds before I start yelling at my television, "You're a war criminal!" And so...
Well, the thing is, she's not really much of a Star Trek fan, so it'll be interesting.
I had never... Have you ever heard her talk about Star Trek? I haven't.
No, I heard when she went to a convention, she had it makes sense to have like a ton of bodyguard and stuff, but it sounded like she was like surrounded. Most actors just, take the back ways or whatever, but they're still just by them, I don't know. It's just, from what I heard, she was impersonal. She didn't care about the fans. Like, even people who cared about her. But I don't know if that's true or not. I wasn't there. I just heard things.
Yeah. Well, she's been in 2 television... Like, I don't know much about Sonequa Martin Green, except she's been in 2 television shows that I don't like. And
yeah,
so
right?
I'm sure she's a lovely person. Hey, Flyboy.
130. Hey, Herc 130. Did someone say spaceships? Did we? Well, yeah, we were.
We probably.
Were talking about, we were talking about the Defiant and the Enterprise D as they exist in a non-Star Trek show. I'll watch a stream about Star Wars over a stream about the Ackleshite any day.
Yeah, I really don't understand that. But I mean, again, it's ironic. It kind of sounds like you know who might have actually been a little bitter because she probably wasn't getting any. And you know who that Acolyte show was basically being run by.
Leslie Headland.
Yes, the woman who is the former assistant of Harvey Weinstein. And it sounds like she might be just bitter because she couldn't get any of those women that he probably had to sleep with, that he slept with most likely.
Well, but I don't think that, again, I don't think that that's necessary. I understand her history, and I understand that there may be complicity in that arrangement, and I find it interesting that people who were aiding in crime, like literal crime, do get promoted, and I find that really. But then again, I'm a Star Trek fan, and while maybe not criminal, certainly immoral, Gene had some skeletons. So, like, I don't understand.
Yeah, but his was all consensual.
I don't. Yes, that is true. That is true. That is a very distinct difference. But this is what I like. People are so strange right now, in that, on one hand, it like traditional values are being elevated, but edginess, if it doesn't show up, then people are upset. So people are both hard edge and then also very dainty, shrinking violets when they pick and choose. Like, people are picking and choosing what they want to be outraged about, and it tends to conflict about
but here's the thing. I think
what they say. And I know Finity's having a field day because I'm often hypocritical. But, like, I just don't. Oh, no. Hollywood is full of people who will take advantage of young women. I'm shocked to find out that there is gambling happening here.
Yeah, like, again, no one is really shocked by all of this. Really, no one really should be. This kind of crap's been happening ever since even like when during the 60s, most likely, or heck, even the 50s.
Sure.
Like, I mean, this is nothing new. I mean, even all the edginess we see in a lot of these movies nowadays. I mean, but all this stuff is the people who are coming in, who are in Hollywood right now, they think they're breaking barriers when those barriers have been broken decades before. And it's just and everything. No one's really desensitized by anything nowadays. Nothing edgy could ever be done anymore. I mean, sure, you could just keep things, but there's a way how you can handle issues, but be tactful about it instead of just have it be something where you got to bash one side or the other when you're trying to make it all about some sort of crazy political statement.
Well, but also some of these crazy political statements are offhanded jokes that aren't they're trying to be light and fluffy interview fodder. And then all of a sudden it sounds like people take them as, testimony in a court of law. And it's like, she doesn't even know a Star War. And if you actually show, there was a clip, there's a guy that I follow on YouTube, and I think he is amazing because he has been sort of poking holes in, let's say, progressive culture for a long time. His name is, it's Comics with Your Boy Zach. And he's been really punching back at the critics who are saying this is all shit, woke bullshit. Sorry about the swears. And it's like, this is very tame, considering what you have been like. This is not the mountain that you, or the hill that you want to die on. You guys are just escalating event after event so that you can profit off of it because you want to stir up the enraged fan base, and you are stirring them up so that they hate it. And there's
an element of entertainment that goes along with it, because the drama of all the production and all the things is better than the actual show.
Right. We've sort of been talking about reality television and how it is hokey and scripted, and it is not in any way reality. But these critics, they are engaging in reality television because what they want to do is TMZ-ify, your fandom. They want to make it so that you are angry at the thing that you used to love, and now you love hating the thing. And it becomes so gladiatorial that it's frustrating, disappointing, and honestly kind of like sad.
It doesn't really bother me because maybe
it bothers me, as you can tell.
It does deserve it.
Not that much.
The ire that it gets, really, because it does sound like storytelling is taking a backseat to whatever.
Exactly the point. But here's
how many weeks of saying that you don't like Star Trek Into Darkness, like after how long does it become boring?
Well, when you have nothing to add.
Exactly, when you do have nothing to add.
The Acolyte has been nothing to add since it started. Everyone decided that they hated it from the beginning, a year before it came out. And then every week as it's been released, people have said, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And people keep going back. They keep super chatting, paying money to hear their own opinions repeated back.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I already wrote this damn thing off. I mean, all I know is that it just whatever it is, it's breaking the lore of the Star Wars universe. And I mean, I've already just rendered everything Disney does as non-canon.
What lore was broken?
Like, I think I heard like they got the actor who played Ki-Adi-Mundi back. They could have gotten any other person to play a Saurian, aka Ki-Adi-Mundi species. And the thing that's also interesting that they probably don't know if they looked at the lore is that his species, there are actually more females than there actually are female Saurians than there are male Saurians. Like only 10% of their species is male, and the other 90% is female.
Well, and JetSparks, I mean this in the most respectful. I think you're rad. I think that people should subscribe to your channel. I like your content, but like when it comes to the Ki-Adi-Mundi thing, like his entire species backstory and everything like that was on a CD-ROM from 1999 to explain who the new characters were in the Phantom Menace. It is the farthest thing away from canon that you can look at. Like, there is nothing to the argument against Ki-Adi-Mundi that is like cogent.
Well, I mean,
he was wrong. Like the Jedi Council had become complacent in the Phantom Menace, and
they have
Ki-Adi-Mundi. And Ki-Adi-Mundi was the first person who looked like a goof. And he was wrong in front of Liam Neeson, who had just fought a Sith. And he's like, you couldn't have fought a Sith. The Sith are all dead. And Liam Neeson is sitting there saying, I would like to reiterate my previous statement. I just fought a Sith. And Ki-Adi-Mundi says, that's impossible. And so for him to be shown in The Acolyte, and again, this is all secondhand. And also, I'm only passionate about it because I think it's hilarious that this is an anchor for people who are like, oh no, it's destroying canon. Yeah, thank you, Star Wars Theory. This was a cereal box CD-ROM that you're reading this off of, and we're supposed to take it as if it came from George Lucas? That is incorrect. He was a dope in The Phantom Menace, and when we see him, allegedly, in The Acolyte, also a dope. What's broken? Explain that.
Doesn't it take place 100 years before The Phantom Menace? How is he even alive?
Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be?
They just make up the idea that his species is a long-lived species. I know.
They did that for Yoda. They did that for Yoda. Grogu is like 56.
So anything they just pull out and say, it's canon. It's canon. They just pull it out and they say only because they do it, it's canon.
One of the downsides about this is that they already disregarded the extended universe. They made it Legends. Anything that was not on screen isn't canon.
And apparently that does not. And again, but only because they just made it up now. They just think that this is why really irks me about
making shit up.
Look, there's a fine line between that and everything else. I mean, personally, look, as much as I would love to see the stories I'm creating be brought to life and brought into live action, but I already know it's this kind of mentality of people just trying to mess with the vision that I created and all this the whole concept of retroactive continuity. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, sure, if you're trying to rectify a plot point that does not make any sense. I can probably understand it from that angle, but destroying something that was already great is just ridiculous. And that's where I said why retroactive continuity is a double-edged sword.
Well, yeah, no, retcons hurt, but they also, it's like, to switch it over to Star Trek, it's like when Star Trek V came out and we find out that Spock has a half brother, and it's like, okay, I guess.
You never mentioned that before.
Yeah, this is new.
Well, so people have emotions about things that they love, and so I'm always going to support and respect them for that.
Well, I've heard about these emotions, human emotions.
Yeah. They have them.
I strive to become more human every day, and yet I can't laugh. I pushed Dr. Crusher off of a boat.
That was funny.
It was. No, it wasn't. Jordy didn't think it was funny. Hey, Poopas!
I did. Hello. Hello, Snortapoopas Cuber. How are you doing?
Oh, and also I saw Cinema Gulp here as well.
Oh, Cinema Gulp is here.
Yes.
Oh, there he is. Canon is overrated. I do not agree with that, but okay. It's okay.
I think it's malleable. Much like timelines. Anyway.
Well, again,
I think if you pay respect, as much respect as you can to the canon, but you make a small mistake now and then, it's not going to be too bad. But it's when you do egregious mistakes, like, you say, oh, well, it's just a story. You can change it however you want. But if you're suddenly the Enterprise with the rainbow unicorns and
here's
fairy
the thing,
dust,
though.
then you've got a problem.
I know. I hate going back to this one, but The Last Jedi. If you could literally use hyperspace as a weapon, why hasn't the Rebellion, before it turned into the Resistance, why didn't they ever utilize that? Or hell, why hasn't anyone tried to create like unmanned starships? Or heck, why haven't any like CIS ships from the Clone Wars ever or any droid starfighters that have hyperdrives in them? Why haven't they ever just accelerated light speed and just suicide bomb any Republic ships? It makes you wonder, why hasn't that never been done before? Oh, right.
Oh, and I'm with you. I am absolutely with you that was a lore, not canon breaking. That was a story breaking. Like, you have a giant Death Star, and you guys didn't think that maybe a Calamari cruiser? Our ships can't withstand firepower of that magnitude. And it's like, okay, Akbar, just aim at the Death Star and punch it. You're done. But no, they decided that was not a thing that they wanted to do.
Yeah, which is exactly...
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I am with you.
Yeah, but like I said, they're not really paying anything to what George Lucas says. I mean, he even said in interviews that, addressing his wife when he was talking to kids, like, he just said, yeah, well, Star Wars is kind of out of my hands now. It's just like, I don't, that's the whole point. And the man's getting up there in age. He doesn't care anymore. He's made his money back. He can just live the rest of his life. And everything else, the Star Wars universe and everything anything that was under his like band Lucasfilm, it's people who have it now. It's their problem now, not his.
Right. And that's an interesting, like, looking at George Lucas over on the Phantasmagorium show. Myself, Kat, Steve, we've been talking about George Lucas films for the past 4 weeks. We skipped last week, but we talked about THX 1138. We talked about American Graffiti, and last night we talked about Star Wars, and just talking about the creative outlet that had happened and referring to them as films. But even within the movie itself, you like retroactive continuity. Obi-Wan Kenobi says that stormtroopers are only this accurate. And through the rest of the movie, anytime a stormtrooper shoots at anybody, never hits. It's a meme. But it's
it's a meme. Well, it's a cute meme. It's a Star Trek meme with the
red shirts
missing. But the red shirt dies from a heart attack or something.
Yeah, exactly the point. But I mean, it's just like I more or less just jocked the idea of, again, that one single line that Leia says that they just let us escape, because if they track where they were in hyperspace, then they obviously the Death Star found Yavin 4, so it was just an obvious escape. But the other times, I just jock it into the fact that these guys are the main characters, so obviously they're going to be fine mostly, and it's a classic tale of good versus evil. So the good guys, regardless of how many other people die other than them, they're gonna pull through.
Finity, shut up. So I have seen THX 1138. But that's interesting, is that people were upset about the hyperspace tracking in The Last Jedi, but then there was a hyperspace tracker in A New Hope. So where's your problem? Malleable canon is bad writing, says Notfinity.
That's true. I can agree with that.
Well, malleable, no, I'm sorry. Then you eliminate Cybok, which I'm totally fine with. You eliminate why do we get David and Carol in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, something that has never been mentioned before ever? And don't you think that there would have been a conversation between Bones and Kirk about Carol at some point?
Yeah, and about Kirk having a child. Yeah, and just
okay. He never said anything about that. That's a retroactive continuity change. Are we upset at that?
I mean,
Well, and you know what? Okay, so being able to deal with canon in that way requires an entertaining story, entertaining characters. If people are entertained and everything is good, then a little bit of canon, filling is a little more forgivable.
Let's not talk about a family that Kirk abandoned. Let's talk about Khan saying, "Oh, I never forget a face," and Chekhov isn't in the first one. That's something that you, as a fan, there's loads of excuses. None of them are proven. None of them are real. They're all headcanon, which I'm fine with. I love headcanon. I love shaping stories to make them work.
When the actual writers didn't know or had any good ideas, or they did have the ideas, they just weren't ever put on the screen.
Hey, it's Kat. It's my second favorite person on YouTube. I am my own favorite.
Of course you are.
Yeah, hello and welcome to Kat.
Hello, thank you.
How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having
me. Great. Thanks for being here. It's just fiction. Change your canon every week. Yeah, that sounds like that's what that show is doing. But I'm not watching it. But
like I said, I'm not watching either. I'm sticking to the best part of the expanded universe, the books, and maybe a few of the games, if I can get my hands on them.
That sounds like a good way to stay sane. In my head canon, P. Diddy never assaulted anyone. Wait a minute.
That can't in reality.
Yeah. If it's actual history, you can't mess with that.
In my headcanon, Nicole Brown and Ron, what's his name?
Goldman.
They're alive. Goldman. Yeah, they're still playing tennis. I know, maybe a little too crass. I apologize. If you'll excuse me for just one moment, I have to go and check on my turkey.
Your turkey? Well, okay. Oh man, are you barbecuing a turkey? What's going on?
Turkey.
Okay. I'm gonna need some explanation because I don't know if he's always joking about food because he might actually be doing something.
I change canon faster than I can change
He's a cook. I changed canon faster.
Well, that's something that Scott and I talked about last night when we were reviewing Star Wars. Is that like the original trilogy is still always going to be just as good. It doesn't matter what they made. It didn't even matter that the prequels let people down to an extent. It doesn't change.
Yeah, I mean, there's and I mean, again, we already get a massive gap between episode 2 and episode 3 with how the Clone Wars are handled.
Right. Because there's like so much stuff that, I mean, I almost wish they weren't beholden to the trilogy format. Because hell, doing a live action Clone Wars movie would be like a home run for the studio, especially since those actors are still game and they can still do it. Like, I would give a pass if they didn't use a ton of de-aging technology. Like, I don't care. It's like Hayden and Ewan back as Anakin and Obi-Wan, live action Clone Wars, bring it. That'd be great.
I mean, again, you have the I mean, I personally didn't like. I mean, I wish if you look at the Rebels show, it could have just still gone with the same type of animation and style as the CGI Clone War show. But I mean, still, you could also say the same thing about Genndy Tartakovsky's 2D animated Clone Wars show, which added.
I didn't mind that they changed the animation between Clone Wars and Rebels. I mean, they were kind of experimenting, and it still looked good. And I like season 4. The second half of season 4 of Rebels is one of my favorite Star Wars TV ever. That's like edited together. It's like a great 3-hour Star Wars movie. It's like it was so good. But a lot of that series, Rebels, for the most part, was kind of a letdown because it was very much a long-form TV series. Like you couldn't just jump in and watch from anywhere. But I thought the payoff in season 4 was really good. But it does admittedly take a lot to get there.
Yeah, and that's the same thing in the vein of the superhero story I've been crafting for years. And just saying the same thing with everything with Donnie's talked about and Power Rangers. Basically, this story I'm writing is basically my love letter to Tokusatsu. It's my love letter to it, and the same thing applies though. It's a crazy superhero story, but it's also told there's like maybe 1 or 2 fillers, but all of it together, you easily compile it all into one book, but it all plays out kind of like an episode of a show, how I've written it.
Cool.
Yeah, and The Reluctant Dragon says, I can't imagine ever enjoying the prequel trilogy. I hated the first and only went to see the other 2 to watch the train wreck. And, I've only ever watched the prequels one time through, except for The Phantom Menace, which I've seen twice because I did a review of it recently.
I know.
I kind of feel that the prequels are, in a sense, like a vintage Flash Gordon. Like where the original trilogy was trying to homage the whole Flash Gordon feel, whereas the prequels feel very Flash Gordon in terms of how cheesy and wooden everything is.
Yeah, in a way, though. I mean, there are like the most epic parts of the movie. I mean, of course, the Duel of the Fates in episode 1. You had the Petronaki Arena scene in Attack of the Clones, and then you got
Obi-Wan versus Jango on the Camino platform. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and of course the Battle of Mustafar, and of course like the battle in the Senate Rotunda between Yoda and Sidious in Revenge of the Sith. So you had a lot of epic moments sprinkled throughout all the movies.
Yeah, on paper I liked the story. It's just the execution was really
it was very, very bad.
Yeah. You could tell he just did not want to make those movies. Like he tried to get other people to make it, and they all said no. So it's like, and he spent like 2 months filming each one practically, whereas he spent years in pre-production and post-production on both. Like he really doesn't like the actual filming part of making a movie.
Lucas doesn't like. Well, geez, if he did that, you could just made them all animated. Like.
Well, I know, but the only reason he went back to do the prequels is because he was using it as basically an R&D department for the digital cinema revolution.
For all the stuff for Industrial Light and Magic.
Yeah, you could see the learning curve through each of those movies, and it's like it obviously benefited the industry as a whole. Very wonderful over time.
To that point, my favorite thing about The Phantom Menace is laying the groundwork for what we see in the Lord of the Rings with Gollum, from what they did with Jar Jar.
Yeah, they did. They did lay the groundwork, but now we have like full. But I mean, even the same thing, you could probably make an entire movie. I mean, if you played the games like Until Dawn and The Quarry, they basically just did a whole thing with putting all the actors in motion capture, having them walk in a big studio and build the environment of the game around all that performance capture, everything, their facial expressions, everything else. It looks a little stilted in places because it's a video game, but if you can really make it work, you can make an entire movie out of it. I mean, if you just without all the interactive elements of it, I mean, The Quarry could have been a decent like horror movie. And I know we already know, and the same thing applies with Until Dawn. They're already making an Until Dawn movie coming out sometime this year or next year. I don't know when it's coming out, but you can actually do that. You don't need. I mean, the actors. You just even if their scenes where you could just it's just them in a capture suit. I mean, if I ever did that, I think I wish I could just go the route of that, and if I'm going to bring the stories I'm creating to life, just go that route. Just use performance capture.
The Comic Relief Crusaders here. Hello. How are you doing today?
Comic Relief Crusader. Hello.
3 minutes of watching a ship dock, so Hayden Christensen can say one unnecessary line. No thanks. Well, I guess.
What? I wonder what line that is. I'm trying to think.
This is where the fun begins.
Oh, I guess that was. Yeah, that's probably it. What's it? I did love the opening of Revenge of the Sith. That was pretty awesome with the, that overhead shot of the Star Destroyer or whatever as they're flying down and doing that whole,
Oh yeah, the entire battle, the Vendors and the Lucre Hulks battling over Coruscant.
Yeah, that was great. I loved how that ends too with the piloting the wreck down to the planet. That was pretty awesome. I think that sequence was almost twice as long, and then they cut it down in the editing room, which is a shame because that was a really great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they also implied Shaak Ti was on the ship too, and they just killed her.
That's right. That was a great scene where they finished all the animation for that segment too, and they find where Grievous has her and executes her. They should have left that in there.
So the Comic Relief Crusader says my Facebook was wiped out yesterday for no reason. I clicked on the link and it pulled up. Is it still gone? Or was that a different link? I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad to see you, Comic Relief Crusader, and we hope things are going well aside from that. One time I did get my Facebook account suspended, but it came back after a few days.
Oh,
I realized that I was not a robot.
I had a friend who was constantly getting her account suspended because she'd be getting into these arguments with people, and it was really funny because Facebook was being overly sensitive to everything, and so she would just keep creating new accounts because it would just take seconds. And everybody was used to it, so they would just add her as a friend again, so it never really bothered her.
Yeah, I already have like my face is on like two accounts. I mean, my Facebook is more of a personal, it's just more personal. But the thing is, like, I'm in like a few writers groups, and yeah, I know I've made my opinions, but of course I've had those people who get really triggered by things I've said or get triggered by my certain opinion. Even if they're the most tactful type of arguments I've ever had, but these people seem to get really annoyed by it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I have no understanding why people get upset by others having a different opinion than them about things. It just
exactly.
Especially in
it's the strangest thing.
Yeah, it's just it boggles my mind.
It is. Yeah, people can have a different opinion than you, and it's not an attack on you.
Yeah,
that's a very real thing that I have to deal with some people. And the Comic Relief Crusader says nothing political, nothing rude, just poof, gone. So I would suggest.
I think some people just don't like wholesome or just like normal. They don't like it. Some of these people absolutely hate common sense. It literally drives them insane. Common sense is like kryptonite to some of these people on there.
Yeah, I would suggest. All I did was what did I do when I was suspended? I challenged it. I forget what it's called, but you can say no, I shouldn't be suspended, and then Facebook's like, okay, we'll check into it, and then my account was back the next day.
The other thing that annoys me about that is I'm an admin for a group, and every once in a while Facebook will automatically flag something saying this was removed because it violates community standards, and you can take action on how you want to punish this person. It's like, but they don't show me what it was they removed. So how am I supposed to?
Of course they don't. They don't like it. It's just automatically assumed guilty until proven innocent. They don't even tell you. It's just like, yeah, this guy was charged with something horrible. What did he do?
Like,
just shoot him. He's evil.
It's like, how am I supposed to know whether the person needs to be put in a timeout or not if you're not going to show me what it is that you removed?
They don't.
So-
Yeah, exactly the point.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, right. How can you fix it if there's nothing there
Yeah.
to fix? But the only social media that Frankel Walker messes around with is YouTube, and it does seem like they're bringing back some more of the community aspects of YouTube. I think that pretty soon there's a beta feature that they're bringing in. I don't know what channels might be getting it, but fans of the channel or listeners to a channel, whatever you want to call them, will be able to make posts in the channel page in the community tab, I think soon, but I don't know when who's rolling out on that or what it looks like.
I think I have my community tab up, I think, but still the thing is, like, they got rid of dislikes, and of course they put shorts in to try to bring in the TikTok crowd.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, and those, yeah, well, and the younger crowd is why it's so popular, is because the younger people like the very, very short content. That's in attention spans.
That drives me up the wall. I can't stand the TikTok generation.
Exactly, me too. I cannot.
I've literally seen TikTok videos which will take a 2-minute video and break it up into 4 30-second segments. I'm like, really? Is that how bad things are nowadays?
Yeah, again, and it's ironic. Some of these people, like, I'm pretty sure, like, about. There's a book to TV show adaptation coming out of a book called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and apparently, it's supposed to feel like it's supposed to appeal to the Gen Z. But if Gen Z can't even, how are you going to appeal it to them if they can't even if they can't really even read? I mean, I'm pretty sure most of these things start out as books, and I mean, I've seen online that people seem to really, really love these books. And now that it's being adapted into a show that's going to be, it's already being like rolled out on the BBC in the UK, but it's going to be coming on Netflix in another month or so.
That is one way that books get more attention.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just weird that, you have that. I mean, I personally do like long form content. Heck, even when I was going down to Tennessee, I actually listened to the audiobook of Darth Plagueis.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to make shorter content, but by shorter, I mean 20 minutes, not the 90 seconds or 60 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that if you're doing it if you're putting it in for like a small little clip, maybe. Or
yeah. So I do make a few shorts, and that's what they're for. Is for short little quotes or whatever. So some neat thing that Scotty does that I like, which I might be doing one soon. You did a good night song.
No, that doesn't. That
for me.
What?
I was wondering if I could upload that, but I'll
sure.
Yeah, I might do that because I want something to close out my gaming streams, and telling people to go. I don't know. I want a nighttime one, and so that one would be funny.
I'm
well, shorts have their place, but
yes,
they're also, some of them are annoying.
Well, and it's interesting because I do think that the shorts, like and whether this be your TikToks, your Vines, remember those? Your like those kinds of things. When people talk about modern audiences, I think it has more to do with that and the shortening of an attention span than it does with any sort of messaging. It's
exactly.
And the name of our show on the Phantasmagorium is called Faster and More Intense. I think that is exactly what modern audiences want, is faster, more intense.
And slightly off topic, the Reluctant Dragon says yesterday was Yul Brenner's birthday.
Oh, thank you, Dragon. What's your favorite? Yeah. What's your favorite Yul Brenner?
So, you don't have to worry about being off topic in this chat because it's shore leave, so you can pick the topic.
I like the Man in Black from Westworld. I did see The King and I thought it was very charming. I do like the original Magnificent Seven. And I had a brief sort of interaction with Kat. You preferred the remake to the original, did you not?
Yeah, I like the Denzel Washington version a lot better.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the best I'd say is the true original Seven Samurai, of course. But I just thought, I kind of agreed because Eli Wallach signed on to play the villain in Magnificent Seven, having not even read the script because he heard what the cast was going to be. But then when he did read the script, he was really disappointed because he's like, man, this isn't a very meaty part, and there's really not much going on in this movie because you have all these great personalities, but they're not really playing off each other as well because it's like they all kind of cancel each other out. Whereas, and then I wasn't really invested in the conflict because it was more about, just these guys or whatever. I didn't really care about the people in the village. But in the remake, I thought they did a good job of making you really hate the bad guy. The people who comprised the seven were fun characters, and it wasn't 3 hours long, and it didn't feel 3 hours long. It was decently paced. I thought it was a good movie. Had more fun with
My dad loves it. He thinks it's great. I think he's watched it about the same amount of times that he's watched the 60s Magnificent Seven.
And I love the Ten Commandments because I have good childhood memories of being able to stay up late on Easter.
On Easter?
On Easter night. Yeah, on a Sunday before school. And, I got to stay up late. So Ten Commandments, woo.
But that's okay. So there are 3 classic Hollywood epics that I have not seen, and I own the DVDs, and I think one of them in Blu-ray. I have never seen the 10 Commandments because I'm like, that sounds like a job. It's 4 hours. And Ben-Hur, same deal.
Yeah, I was so proud when I was a kid when I finally made it to the end, but I still fell asleep like only one time, but just for like a few minutes.
Well, and I've never seen Gone with the Wind, and I feel like I missed my window to watch it and review it because it seems like a 4th of July movie for some reason to me. I'm Canadian, so it's an America movie. But yeah, those classic epics are sort of big holes in my movie going experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should.
Kat, you've seen all 3, right?
I have not seen Ben-Hur. Or the
okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
I do have a digital copy of both the 10 Commandments from 1923 and 1956, both done by Cecil DeMille. So I will have to watch those sometime.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
So, okay, I'm sorry. I had to step away for a second. Talking to my daughter. She finally woke up. Never seen The King and I. Not really into musicals. Few exceptions, though. Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
I remember seeing that a long time ago, and I liked it. I wasn't like over the moon about it or anything.
No, I'm not buying the poster, but it's cute.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see. There's something that I want to... Oh, look, somebody joined the panel. Let's see who it is.
Oh, it's our man in Amsterdam.
It's Rod Thunderheart. Wow.
How you doing, guys?
Very well. How are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Pretty good.
I'm glad to see you.
Oh, likewise. I figured it's time I popped in and said hi on one of your streams.
Yeah. I haven't seen you on my stream. I don't know if you've been on one of my streams before.
That's what I wanted to rectify.
Well, there you go. You fixed it. So how are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I've got to run to the bank pretty soon, pretty quick actually, and pull out the rest of my savings. But you got bills to pay. What else can you do?
Right. Oh,
no rest for the wicked.
I can relate.
Yeah.
I hope you can find some work soon to fix that problem.
I have the possibility of a job. They said they might call me by the end of the day. I'm going to stop in today just to at least say hi.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Yes.
I stopped in yesterday, and the guy was really happy to see me and meet me in person. And he said he'd recommend me. So, and but he did say it's not up to him. It's up to the boss, and I get it. But fingers crossed.
Yeah, I hope that follows through. How's everything else?
Oh, pretty good. Otherwise, I just wish somebody would buy my motorbike, but like, I might have to sell it a few bucks cheaper. But like, well, you have to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope you find a buyer soon for that also.
Thanks. Yeah,
and
me too.
You watching anything lately? Or looking forward to?
I saw a Despicable Me last weekend.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. It was pretty. It was a pretty good. Yeah, I mean, like, it's really no different than the other ones, but I mean, like, still a good laugh and worth watching.
Well, consistency is always good.
Like, isn't that a thing? Like, that just to be able to watch something and feel comfortable in being back in a world that you recognize. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Getting something recognizable and it doesn't. Yeah.
Got a workout in today too. Wasn't as early as I normally am, but oh well.
Oh, the Reluctant Dragon says, since Rod's here, I liked Hilarious House of Frightenstein much better than the trilogy. And welcome to the panel.
That's Reluctant Dragon. That's valid. Hey, PvP.
Hey, Scotty. Hey, Jill. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, PvP.
We're good.
Doing just fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm tired. This heat wave is just kicking the crap out of me.
It's everywhere. Had you was hotter down in Tennessee. It was like
it's been horrible.
It was like a sauna outside.
It was 106 outside yesterday.
106. Wow. Jeez, cat. Oh wow.
Yeah,
we've been hovering around 100 plus here. A number of days now for like the last week. It's been kind of brutal, and I'm just I don't mind warm weather, but I'm not a super hot weather kind of guy. I never really have been. I mean, when I was younger, I could deal with it. It wasn't that bad. But as you get older, it's just like, trying to sleep, and it's just, it's so uncomfortable, right? So, yeah, I actually slept in. I just got up a little while ago. I really slept in this morning because, I don't work on Fridays, thank goodness. But, oh, man.
Me neither.
So what happened to Shaun? Did the zombies get him? Because I thought it was supposed to be Shaun of the Dead Day.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Let me tell you, PvP. So here's what happened. So there is a forthcoming video coming from our good friends at Cinema Gulp, and it's called The Chug Show. And so Jill was involved in something called The Chug Show, and I can't wait for this video to be released. I've heard tales of it, and I want to see it.
I can't wait too. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
The name's got me intrigued.
Yeah. So anyway, someone has to describe the plot of a movie while the other person chugs a beer. And so Jill got so hammered that she could not do prep for today. And and this happened on Wednesday, by the way. So she took all of yesterday to recover because she was feeling old. She was like, I'm 37 and I can't take this kind of lifestyle no more. So she said, we're not doing Shaun of the Dead anymore. We'll do Shaun of the Dead next week. It's just going to be a short leave on Friday because my body hurts.
Jeez. I wish I'd known. I would have set my alarm.
Is that accurate, Jill?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Wow.
I wasn't really going to publicize having a little too much fun on Wednesday, but I did have a lot of fun on Wednesday. Inspired by the Chug Show, although he didn't make me continue drinking after. That was my choice.
Yeah, it wasn't a Cosby or anything.
Yeah, if I had known you were doing that, I would have told you could just pretend to chug because I don't drink, and so I've done the Chug Show, but I don't drink. And Ben's like, "Yeah, that's cool. You don't have to drink alcohol." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool."
I wanted to be real, and I was.
See, Ben's never had me on a Chug Show before, and I'm pretty sure I know why.
Well, because you're basically a Chug Show person every day anyway.
Yes, that's why.
But you'd be an expert. I think you were invited to one, but you were already drunk, and you're like,
I was already drunk. I couldn't participate. Yes.
That was smart. That's smart to back out of that.
So when is this fabulous video going to be released for our amusement, Jill?
I think like in a month and a half, because there's
Oh,
more
wow.
people who need to. There are more people who need to record.
Wow.
So
That's
the
a long
production
time.
of Ben shows. Yeah, well, the person I was supposed to be paired with is going on vacation to Alaska, so
Oh.
we had to film immediately.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Ben
Yeah.
does. Cinema Gulp does incredible edited work in terms of the videos that he puts out. He criminally unsubscribed. If you
Nice.
haven't,
Well, not
if you
bad.
haven't checked out Cinema Gulp, and again, Kat's been on, I've been on, Jill has been on for a couple of those.
Oh,
Yeah, for
last
Lord
year
of the
we did
Rings.
The Scream series. That was really fun to do the Chug Show for.
Heck, Finity was on for we did Faulty Towers. It was great.
Yeah, I can't
I've
remember.
subbed
I think
to
I'm
him.
probably subbed to him. I'm probably subbed to him, I think.
Yeah, me too.
I know the name. I've heard the name many times, so I think I am. I'm
Why do
subbed
I
to so many
always-
channels I lose track.
Have you ever heard of the Phantasmagorium show? Because that's that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I was on there just the other day,
Yeah.
annoying you guys in the chat. So
You were not annoying at all, sir.
You're never annoying, PvP. You're awesome.
Well, let's not go crazy.
well, I do have occasional moments where I can't be very annoying, but that's usually when
Well, yeah, when
I pull a
PvP has
Scotty-
his own.
when I
Chug
pulled
show
a
too.
Scotty, and I've imbibed far too greatly, and I do regret
No, but
those
you're.
occasional
I'm the-
moments when I do that.
I'm the last
It's
person
a
on there.
badge of honor if you can get more imbibed than Scotty.
Yeah.
There should be like an award passed out.
No, actually, Scotty and I should do we should have a chug contest.
A chug show? Yeah, we should
Yeah,
hook this
yeah.
up. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that would be a good one, I bet.
So
What is
speaking,
this?
speaking of Ben,
Yeah.
he was sharing in the chat that this is a teaser for the popcorn bucket for Alien Romulus.
Oh no.
I don't know what this is.
Alien Romulus is the
facehugger.
forthcoming Fede Alvarez alien film.
Oh, gee, I think I might take a pass on that.
Oh, I'm totally going to see it. Oh, my stars. It makes face huggers look terrifying, which I think that they are.
They should be.
I'm looking forward to that one. You know.
Yeah,
Really? It's actually going to
Yeah.
be worth watching, you think?
I think so.
Maybe Alvarez
Oh.
is pretty good.
Okay. I thought the Alien franchise was kind of dead at this point, but
But the same thing could be said about the Predator franchise, and I really enjoyed Prey. I thought that was a good movie.
okay, it got mixed reviews. Some people hated it, but
Yeah, but I liked it. I
I haven't seen
I
it, so
didn't
I
think
have
it was bad. I liked it.
yeah, I have no opinion on it because I haven't seen it yet. So
I'd like to welcome JT Kirk to the panel. But before I do, I need his video.
I'm looking forward to the Deadpool Wolverine. That's the movie I want to see later this month when it finally hits the theaters on the 25th.
Oh, welcome,
whatever it is.
welcome to JT.
Delicious.
Good afternoon. I am Kirok.
Hey.
And I'd also like to state for the record before you go back to Alien that in the case of the Jedi and the Sith smoke, the Jedi did nothing wrong.
What are you talking
Okay.
about? Anyway, Rod Hunt,
the
Rod
last version,
Thunderheart.
the last episode of the Acolyte. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't watch. I don't.
Okay.
I didn't watch.
I was confused too. But
Okay, never mind.
We've
never
got
mind.
to we've got to say goodbye to Rod Thunderheart. He's got to go deal with his money situation, which I hope improves
Yeah.
for you very, very soon.
Yeah, sorry guys. But I did want to pop in just a little, just for a few minutes to say hi and, plug my book and.
Of course, anytime. And
Oh,
definitely,
thanks.
yeah, tell us about your book and what you're doing on there. Anything you want to share?
Yeah. Well, it's about a Spanish teacher who can become invisible when she's angry, but when she's aroused, it happens like it or not. So, imagine her social life. And then she's even more shocked to discover not only is the new gym teacher blind, but he can see her when she's invisible. And yeah, and I'm working on the second one. And spoiler alert, I guess. Sorry. He's he's a former spy, and that's why he got tired of the spy life, and he was like, screw this, I want to become something regular, something like a gym teacher. So that's what he does. And then his old life drags him back in for one last mission, and then have an invisible girlfriend that kind of sort of helps the situation somewhat. So, but that's already too many spoilers. So.
No,
But
I don't think
on
so.
the
I
other-
think your
good.
description or your book gets better every time, so that was good.
Oh, thanks. And of course, it's
I think
it's
that's pretty
the
important
first.
to know.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and it's the first in a series. So as you can probably imagine, the first one is only which I'm sorry, people who have read it. That's a bit of a, or haven't read it. It's because there's some things in there that make the future of it questionable. But that's the thrill of writing, isn't it? Do you know what's going to happen next? So.
But the
Yeah,
joy
but,
of fiction is not knowing what happens next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. You
Yeah.
don't even know what's going to happen yet because you're still writing the second one, right?
Oh, I already have the second one plotted out, and I know what's going to happen. And the same thing with 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's after that that's up in the air.
Well,
You've
come
done
on,
more
7
planning.
seasons. 7 seasons in a movie. That's all you need.
Well, you've done more planning than they did at all of Lucasfilm once Disney.
Yeah,
bought it.
that is true. That is true.
Right on.
Oh man, that's good.
But I threw my Patreon up too. I'm also, as I said, I've got a Patreon going, funding my second book and hopefully a movie. Who knows? According to Mexican Iron Man, and he's been actually pushing that too because he actually said he'd like to see that on the big 40-foot T-shirt, so to speak. And and as a writer, yeah, of course. I mean, who doesn't want their book to be seen on the big screen?
Me, I mean, I gladly would happily love to see it, but I just hope people. I just hope people just don't try to ruin it or try to change something up, because I feel like the stuff I'm writing is already good the way it already was.
That's why I self-published, and if anybody was interested at all, I would only lease it or rent it on some level. I mean, in the same way that following Midnight's Edge. I mean, like Paul Chatto said, never sell your book. Always lease or rent it on some level. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. That sounds like it's good advice. I like that guy.
Oh yeah, me too. And I remember when he was on the Frantics on 4 on the Floor. It was
4 on the Floor. That was my jam.
It was only one season, but damn, every single one of those shows were just bloody hilarious.
Mr. Canoe Head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Taste Gunnels. Yeah. My parabolic hearing picked some news up. Yeah. But anyways, guys, yeah, like I said, I got to go. And and by the way, if said my Patreon also, if you're interested in any digital art, and also the top level tiers of my Patreon will be, we'll get one of my T-shirts, as you see pictured, the man, the legend. I have them in black and white, contemplating on a tank top as well, which I already have tank top, but more copies of them.
Yeah, but you lift. I can't show off my arms. I got spaghetti arms.
Yeah, but read the shirt. It has nothing to do with muscles.
No, I know. I do. My bikini area is quite large. Yes.
Well, there you go. See? Yeah. But like I said, I got to get going. I see. And yeah, I just wanted my phone to charge a little bit, and then I'm going to have to run in. So, I got to run in. So. All right. Take care, y'all.
Yeah. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for stopping in. It means a lot.
So good to see you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then we'll definitely pop in your next show. I will try to guarantee that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have more fun then. See you later.
Thanks. Yeah. See you later, guys. Take care. Have a good one.
I see Rod Thunderheart.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right.
Sorry, there's been a consistent
great
theme
Friday.
of me being obnoxious every time someone leaves.
Well, you are. You are.
I am obnoxious. It's true.
What? Scotty obnoxious? I don't believe it.
He's really good.
Speaking of obnoxious,
yes,
Jill, that video of the video game where your character was deleted to a pulp multiple times.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about that, but I laughed so hard the second time that I saw that when you uploaded that video. I don't know what it was about that scene in the game.
Yeah, you were there for the premiere.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's the kill count and the blood
Oh, yeah.
splatter. I think
I love this.
as
I
that
love this.
continues.
Yeah, the
The fact
splatter.
that you didn't rage quit, like I think after 7 or 8 times of playing that, I would have just put it down and said no.
But we had to finish the longest journey. The fact that she didn't rage quit against me is what I thought was like there were parts like watching that video again, and I was like, okay, reel it in, Scott, reel it in. Don't you're making her mad.
I can tell.
Yeah, you kind of were, but then
Yes.
I got support from the chat, so that kind of
Yes.
helped. And
Well, yeah, that was a big part of the fun, though, was seeing Jill almost getting to the rage quit stage. Like Jill, you were saying a few things that you usually don't say, so if you know what I mean.
Yes, I had a
that's
few
lot of
more
fun.
colorful
Very
metaphors
colorful.
than usual.
Yes, well, I picture Gorilla buying lottery tickets. Let's put it that way. If anybody,
Well,
gets
I
that
don't know. I hope him great success.
Yeah,
But that was
great fun with the splatters and the kill count. That was top notch.
That's the first time that I got some.
By the way, is there a
free
sequel coming
content?
out? Because
Free content. Well, no,
do
but
part
there's.
two.
I don't.
Oh, I thought we
could
did.
do part 2, but
Did you
no,
do
I
part
haven't
two?
done
I
one.
didn't see part 2.
Well, what would I do it on?
I thought that there was a moment.
That
Well,
happened.
there was the what was it? That redhead kept killing you in the one recently.
Oh yeah, but I beat that one pretty quick. This
Oh, you
one
did?
was insane because I died so many times.
Okay.
And,
Yes.
And
Oh, well.
so
Well,
it
and
was a lot of
also
fun
like
to
the
make, but
the
nobody's
last-
like I didn't get a lot of views from it, unfortunately. But I
Ah.
did work hard on it and I enjoyed it. So I'm glad to hear the enjoyment from the people who did get to see it.
Oh yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. Lots of laughs.
JT, what's going on, yo?
Well, let's see. Just got off of work a little bit early. Was up late last night doing the needful. But yeah, it finally is not flooding around the whole neighborhood from the hurricane rain that we got. I don't know if you were not in the United States, but if you were in the central flyover part, we got a lot of rain. I think probably 6 inches. So I don't know what that is in math.
That's fine.
Scientists
I don't know.
use, but
It's like a decameter.
Well, what matters is how much the watershed got, in terms of how much is gonna be circulated. But yeah, that's a ton
my
of rain.
area is relatively low lying. It's not quite like Louisiana or parts of Florida bad, but you definitely don't want to be at the bottom of a hill. I'll put it that way. So.
Yeah. So where in Texas are you?
Oh, I'm up in Michigan. We it beelined to Michigan and was like "F you." Congratulations on the rain. So.
And Southern Ontario, we got the same thing. Like for 2 days,
Oh, yes.
it just poured. Like it was
I didn't-
film noir rain in the middle of the night. It was.
I don't think I
that's a
noticed
great
it.
way
It
of
just-
putting it.
At most, it was like a spring shower. I only just saw like a couple of spring showers in my area, like Illinois. I'm like,
I didn't get.
I'm 100 miles south of Chicago.
I'm on
the
the
baddest
Texas
part
coast.
of town. If you go
Mm-hmm.
down there, you better best beware of a man named Leroy Brown.
Yeah, see, I'm on the Texas coast, so I was worried about the wind because I thought maybe the hurricane would come right for us. But
Oh, you're on the
instead
coast?
it wouldn't.
For some reason,
Yeah.
I thought you were up near Dallas Fort Worth.
No, I'm at
Doomcock's up
Corpus
that way.
Christi. Yeah, Doomcock's in Austin, and
Oh.
I'm in Corpus
I had-
Christi.
I
Oh.
had coworkers in Austin say they didn't get really anything, and then I'm like, well, because let me tell you, 1,000 miles away,
Yeah.
we're getting all of it and then some.
That's
but,
what's crazy because we just got a few sprinkles and mosquitoes. We didn't get any rain. any real rain.
Right. But other than that, I don't know who else here is a Blu-ray collector or a 4K Blu-ray collector. But Amazon days are upon us, and their 2-for-1 sale is coming back on a large number of them. So if you have movies that you'd rather remember without their doctored state, which is unfortunately inevitable for a lot of things, now is the time. I don't know specifically for Star Trek, but in the past I have gotten like 80% off the TNG disc collection, that kind of thing. But
I own all my Star Trek, but Scotty R37 is missing a couple seasons of TNG, I think. Is that still true?
Just one. I'm missing season 6. Yes.
You've not been able to find it anywhere?
I haven't really been trying that hard. Well, because I've seen it, and I have access to season 6 of Star Trek. If I want it, it's available. So it's not like I desperately need it, but it is a hole in my. I do want the Blu-ray of the animated series, but based on our conversation that we had on Wednesday, Kat, the thing that I want to see is if it's on sale, I want Pearl.
That's good. It's good to have goals, and so maybe I don't know if Amazon Day is going to be having a sale for that or not.
Do you know if they have a sale on Hot Toys, specifically a She-Hulk?
I do not.
That does not sound likely.
You can sell those on Amazon for Prime Day.
Oh my God! Is there an Alden Ehrenreich? Is that his name?
Yeah. What about him?
Like Han Solo. Can you get an Alden Ehrenreich Han Solo hot toy?
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
They are out of my price range.
So it looks like Jet Sparks needs to be going, and I want to thank you, Jet Sparks, for hanging out with us for almost 2.5 hours. You've been incredible fun, and I enjoyed your versatility and conversation.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, though, to plug something, I like I said, I have a YouTube channel at JetSparks373 again with my logo there. So if you find it on YouTube, that's where I am. Like I said, I'm a bit of a nut for the Blue Angels. I'm not specifically gonna. I should do more content about that kind of stuff, but still, I am mainly a writer. I do games. I do gaming stuff. I've recently done a lot of watch parties on my channel. And also recently, one of the best things I do is, of course, my writing streams, if you don't believe that I am a writer. I also recently did a writing stream on X recently, so go and check that out.
Cool. Well, yeah, absolutely,
man.
You've got such good fun content, and it's amazing. I am subscribed, and I would recommend everyone else do. And you deserve a bigger audience, sir.
That's true, and I mean, I just want, and also it's just also good to try to have
Modesty
people.
is not your strong suit. I just learned.
Wait, what?
Well, Scotty congratulated your channel, and you're like, "That how great it is," and you're like, "That's true."
No,
I don't think. Well, I don't think. Well, again,
it's fine. I'm just busting your chops.
I know. I'm not expecting this thing to ever get anywhere, but I just like to have people just engage with my channel a lot more. That's just all I really ask for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully you will. And so here's your link tree.
Thank you. And thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you around. And as I say on my channel, may God, the Force, and the power protect you always.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Have a good one.
Yes.
Have a great weekend.
Keep creating and being awesome. We'll see you next time. Thank you for hanging out.
Jill, have you checked out the private chat? Just because JT wants to talk about something with everyone's favorite admiral. Because I think he's clown shoes, but it's up to you ultimately because it's your show.
Well, and that is your opinion, but it looks like he's gonna.
But consider. This is an open
Oh.
forum, and
No. Okay, I see what he's saying in the background. There's no, I don't think there's any controversy because, you can promote shows that you're going to be on here if you're going to be part of the panel and it's something that you're proud of and you want to be there. And I support you having a good time talking about Star Trek because I remember I love Cobby a lot. He inspired my channel, and he's the reason. Like when I was starting to do the original series reviews, I was a little bit self-conscious because I realized I have a similar format and I have the similar desire to talk about stuff that I love on my channel. And so I talked to him about it, and he said I don't own Star Trek, and the more Star Trek streams there are, the better. And so that's how I feel about this.
Well, except for one.
We are glad that you did. We are glad that you did, because here we are.
Thank you. Yeah, and here we are. And the fact of the matter is that Admiral Teague's been streaming on Saturday nights all the time anyway for the past several months. So it doesn't really make much of a difference. Nobody can ever be Cobby or replace Cobby or anything, and nobody's ever saying that.
Oh yeah.
So just streaming on Saturday, that's totally fine.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to bring up at some point that tomorrow night at 9, I'll be on Admiral Teague's channel, and we'll be doing Starting Enterprise, Broken Bow, and it'll be a different format. Just a lot of people have been saying, "Hey, we wish we could still watch Star Trek together," and unfortunately, we wish it were under different circumstances, of course. But Saturday night is open, and as you said, Teague's already been streaming at that time.
It's always been open. And also,
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to step away because I'm going to be antagonistic. I'll be back.
It'll be quick, Scotty. You don't have to go. But I just want to let people know that we are going to be doing a watch party, so you don't have to watch the episode ahead of time. And I hope, if you like Star Trek, to see you there. So we just hope to have a lot of fun. We're not trying to replace or duplicate or copy anything or anybody. We just want to talk about Star Trek. So that's what we shall do.
And that's how I see it. Yeah, that's pretty great.
And I love Enterprise. I could talk about Enterprise for 9 hours straight if we had that.
Well,
but yeah.
I did a review of Broken Bow with Scotty R37 on the Phantasmagorium a couple of years ago on Star Trek Day. And so it's a really fun episode to review, a fun time to examine a great series that didn't go on as long as we all wish.
Yes, it should have.
Yeah.
I'll never Les Moonves and the whole UPN thing. I'll never get over that. Unfortunately,
he's the whole reason all this mess happened. The seeds of awfulness began with him. But the seeds of wonderfulness is upon us because Stone Racket has returned to the panel, and I'd like to welcome him back. I didn't know he was coming back, so that's fun and exciting. I guess he had his lunch and he's feeling better.
Yes, indeed. I had my lunch, and they forgot to send me my 2 apple pies. So
no!
I had to come back and report, and also the Kirk, you are the one. You are here. I had to rejoin the panel to say hi to JT Kirk.
Oh, well, hello and good afternoon.
The greatest starship captain of all time.
Yes, without a doubt, without argumentation on that at all. It is great to be pretending to be me, I guess. I'm obviously not Bill Shatner, I wish, but, but I love the cat, by the way. I've got 2 of my own, and
thank you.
It's adorable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my cat Harpo. I have 2 kitty cats. They're brothers, Chico Mark's cat and Harpo Mark's cat. And speaking of Harpo, he's in my lap as we speak. So he wanted to join the panel as well.
Well, I'm so glad you're back, Stone Racket, because you were sending me some images of all your physical media acquisitions, and I thought maybe it might be fun to talk about those.
Oh boy, that's my Blu-ray haul from the boutique label Kino Lorber, and they still have their spring into summer sale going on, and a lot of those Blu-rays I got ranging from $5.99 to $9.99. So I really stocked up. I ended up getting 47 different Blu-ray titles.
Yeah, it looked like you got a lot. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's more than I thought. I thought, oh, you got maybe 15. 40? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, I placed 2 orders, and then Chico, when I was asleep, placed 2 orders.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, my 2 cats are rather popular on the Blu-ray.com forum, the discussion thread for the Kino Lorber label.
Is this for real, Franco Walker? Franco Walker says, I'm making a cat. I can't look after a real one. I'm too old, so I'm making a robotic one.
Oh, a robotic cat.
If that's true, that's amazing. You should document that and or somehow. It's really amazing.
Yeah, when my nieces were very young, they couldn't have pets at that time, and so they had these series of toys, dogs and cats. I don't know if you remember, it was the For Real with the, FUR, For Real, cats and dogs, and there's these little battery operated plush toys.
Yes, I kind of remember those I see them at the toy store when I was a kid, but I could never have them.
Yeah, I got one for each of my nieces. And then, of course, they came out with these Webkins plush toys. And once again, I got my 3 nieces, 3 different cats.
For the best experience, you need to put the plush cat on top of the Roomba when it goes around the house. So you get peak simulation there.
Or even better, have a real cat on a Roomba.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of those videos, and they never cease to amuse me.
But Jill, you have cats, don't you?
I have 1 cat, yes.
Yeah.
I have a Russian blue cat. She's a gray kitty. Pretty cute. Daniel's Hot Topics. Hey, Daniel's Hot Topics is here. Did anyone see the Captain America Brave New World trailer? It was so good, he says.
Yeah, it was. It gave me Winter Soldier vibes.
Oh, did it? Okay. Well, I don't know.
So after reshooting it 4 times, they got something good.
Well, the trailer was good.
Grounded, like a kind of like espionage type, thriller, kind of like Winter Soldier was. It's kind of like the
if it's anything like Winter Soldier, it's going to be a winner.
Because it looks very grounded in reality. The only fantastical thing in the trailer is when he has the Falcon suit flying. You got like Giancarlo Esposito in there. You got guys firing AK-47. It's like back to the very ground warfare type stuff that you had in Winter Soldier, and the premise being that the Thunderbolt Ross wants Captain America to be once again be an official arm of the military, and Wilson realizes that there's people infiltrating his inner circle.
So Kat, how do you rate Winter Soldier? Is that your favorite of the Marvel films?
It's up there in probably the top 5. Yeah, I think it's very good.
It's definitely in the top 3 for me.
Yeah. Huh. That was a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I'm still, as being such a fan of the Rocketeer, I love Captain America: The First Avenger. That is number 1 with a bullet for me.
Yeah, that was an incredibly fun film. I took my 2 younger siblings to see that in 3D.
Ooh.
Back when it was first in theaters. It was a lot of fun. I saw that at least 5 times in the theater.
I'm watching this trailer right now on Daniel Hot Topics positive review. Is Harrison Ford CGI'd in this?
I don't think
he
so.
plays Ross. He replaced William Hurt, who passed away.
Well, and also, they're going to need CGI to make sure that he is the Red Hulk. I don't think that he worked out.
Oh, that's right. That was a rumor I heard. Yeah, they're going to be. Yeah, exactly.
No, but there is like there's a shot. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm curious about it. Like I'm a Marvel. I'm sort of on the periphery of Marvel fandom because I think that after you make a movie called Endgame and say, "Hey, we're still going," it's like, what? Okay, I thought this was the last stop.
I don't think that puts you on the periphery at all, though. I think that makes you mainstream.
I agree with Scotty.
I'm not fancy.
I agree with Scotty. In the sense that they should have given it a rest for at least 5 or 6 years, and then started a new storyline, hopefully involving Galactus or something.
Well, and that's I'm very curious. Like this Fantastic Four movie, I am okay with Sam picking up the mantle of Captain America. I'm not worried about that. I know that there have been negative test screenings, if I understand correctly.
Oh yeah.
But the most telling thing about New World Order that I have is it's being released in February. That's where they dump shit.
Yeah, that hasn't been the case for a while, though.
Well, they
$1.3 billion. They've put other movies there lately, which have made a lot of money.
Well, and Deadpool was released on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and that made a lot of money.
Yeah, they released Black Panther in February because of Black.
Oh, that's
History
true.
Month.
That's true.
Black
That's
History
true.
Month. So
Yeah,
I think that's probably what they're thinking with the Captain America: Brave New World.
Well, yeah, because it shows that, Hollywood got used to dumping crap in February, but if you have a good movie, if it's good, it doesn't matter when you release it, people go see it.
There have been echoes of people saying that it's been sort of a weird production. And so I'm I like Anthony Mackie. I like Harrison Ford. I didn't read the Red Hulk run. So this is all going to be new. I hope it's good. I like Giancarlo Esposito. Hopefully it's good. Like I'll probably check it out. Like I have no interest in Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't think it's going to be a good movie. I think it's going to be jangly keys, member berries, and a sticker book.
PvP.
But you're gonna see it anyway.
Fighting words for.
But I'm gonna see it.
Okay.
I think that from the trailers I've seen, I think it looks promising.
That's cool.
Hugh Jackman looks he looks really pumped. Like he must have been working out quite a bit when before they started production because he looks jacked as Wolverine.
So PvP does it? Yeah, get it. PvP did the trailer look fun to you? I haven't seen it.
I thought it looked great.
Okay,
And there's lots of blood, lots of gore, lots of
no. Well, it's rated R, so I won't be seeing it.
Definitely R-rated.
What are you, Mormon?
He hasn't backed down from that one bit, and that's what a lot of people I think were afraid of was that they were going to G-rate it and turn it into pablum, But
yes,
I think he stood up to the studios and he said, "No, we're going to do. I have creative control. I still have input. We're going to do it the way I want to make a Deadpool film." And I think it looks from the trailers like they pulled it off because I'm guessing usually they put. They don't give everything away, hopefully, in these trailers. I don't think they do. I'm sure there's going to be lots of good stuff in the film itself that is not going to make the trailers. I'm thinking. So I think it could be a really good movie. And, well, the advanced ticket sales apparently have been really, really big, brisk, selling a lot of advanced tickets. So that, I think, is a good sign in itself that there's obviously kind of still an interest and a buzz around the Deadpool character, I think, because I know for, like fans like myself of the first two films that really enjoyed them, I'm sure there's going to be millions of Deadpool fans, flocking to the cinema later this month. So I got high hopes for it.
So 50,000 Elvis fans can't be wrong.
I think a lot of those are people fans of Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine as well.
So PvP, do you have your
hurt, yeah.
PvP? Do you have your advanced tickets?
Nope, I'm not in any hurry. I'm going to wait. And let the crowds thin out. After the first week or two. I like to go when it's not, when I don't have, people breathing down the back of my neck.
When it's not crazy.
When it's not crazy.
PvP. PvP, can I tell you a little bit, just a brief story? I went to go see Maxine on this Sunday past, and I went at 4:20 to go see a horror movie. So I was, a recreational botanicals. And I was like, oh no, what if someone smells me? And they're going to be like, oh, you're high at a horror movie. And then, but the thing was, I spent $12.75 and I got the entire auditorium to myself. I saw it by myself. It was exhilarating just to be able to.
That's the beauty of a matinee show.
Yeah. It was so cool.
You're the only person there.
Yeah, it's like, but then I talked to Ben from Cinema Gulp, and he said he was in like a packed theater, and it made me think. It's like, what is better, like hearing the audience reaction to the film or having it all to yourself? And I don't know which extreme I would prefer. I'm leaning towards the thing that I didn't have, but I really enjoyed the thing that I did.
Well, I think it depends on the movie and your expectations too. It's like when I was young, I loved to get into a packed movie theater and, listen to the audience reactions to the film. Like that was fun when I was younger. I was totally into it. Now, as I'm getting older, it's like, if you get too many people, sometimes they're on their cell phones. They start talking to their friends on their cell phones. You want to strangle them after a while. It's like, I prefer to have, the lesser, the better. At this point, though, I'll make an exception for Deadpool because I do want to see the audience reaction. Yes. If I think it's probably going to be as much fun as the first two films, I imagine the audience in itself could be entertaining, if you know what I mean. So I would kind of go to maybe a half full, 1/3 full kind of situation. If not too crazy busy, but I wouldn't mind if there was a bit of a audience in the theater to react to the film.
sometimes the audience reaction to a movie is part of the experience itself, and
especially in a horror film.
And definitely. I think with Deadpool too, I think those are the kind of movies that obviously are tailored to get an audience reaction and get the crowd into the film. I mean, I don't know, Deadpool, I imagine he's going to be breaking the fourth wall again throughout the film like he did previously, so that's always a lot of fun. So
for sure, definitely. Franco Walker says, I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. Me too. I'll watch it on TV when it comes out. Oh, well, I think I might actually see it in the theater.
I'm gonna go pay my money because I want to support what I'm hoping will be a good film, because I think it's important, if there is an actual good film that gets released, it's important to go lay your dollar down, buy your ticket, and show the studios like, hey, there's still an audience for good movies if you guys would get that, right?
Every single movie. Dune 2. And
Dune 2
popcorn bucket to go along with it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that is important. 100% agree.
Those popcorn buckets, those seem to be coming out more and more.
Oh yeah, like you got the popcorn bucket for Alien Romulus.
Oh, what is it? Is it a face hugger?
It's a face hugger crawling on a traditional popcorn bucket.
Oh, I want one.
Now, Scotty, for Dune 2, I did have a rather uncomfortable experience, similar to the one you described. However, I took an adult beverage, we'll say, in a small container in there with me. Oh, no, it was at least 80.
Oh, okay.
Higher.
So you just smear it.
And I went to a theater where you reserve your seat, right? And so I got the one seat in the row, and the perfect view and all this, set between two of the most observant Muslim gentlemen that I've ever seen. And I was like, "Yep, I'm just going to pop out my alcohol right in front of both of you. Here, hope you don't mind." So I felt the judging eyes quite readily. So.
Well,
especially if you're self-conscious about it.
Yes.
Well,
because you're breaking the rules anyway, right?
Last time I thought we were still in a Western democracy, so I think you had every right to do that, JT. That's my opinion.
But even then, I sort of subscribe to the philosophy of Hunter S. Thompson. It's like, I knew it was wrong. I did it anyway. I'm a criminal. It's fine.
Oh yeah, you got to have some fun, right?
Yeah.
Fun,
Anyway, I do actually have to go The clouds are darkening, and I have blades
no.
of grass to cut.
Oh, you're gonna mow the lawn?
Oh, we're gonna trust.
I'm gonna go mow a lawn.
Oh wow!
We're gonna trust Scotty and drunk with a weapon that has blades and gasoline. I gotta see this.
Come on, Cat! I'm gonna fight crime.
Yeah, that's true. Why don't we ever get a GoPro attached to your lawnmower so we can mow the lawn?
Oh, you can. You know what? First things first. I need my She-Hulk hot toy, and then I'll get a GoPro, and then we can do live streams of me mowing lawns and listening to the bare naked ladies.
I still think this is a euphemism. I'm
no, it is. It is totally a euphemism for me just being sloth from 7. Anyway. No, but thank you so much, Jill, and thank you so much for the conversation. PvP, JT Kirk, like Jet Sparks, everybody who is on the panel. This is amazing. I appreciate it, and this is one of my favorite things. Hanging out with you guys and talking about stuff, even when I disagree with you, even if I say things are off or I tell people to shut up. The thing is that I got on the internet in the first place just to be able to talk about nerd shit because I don't know anybody in 3D world who want to talk about it. And so it's fun. It's fun. Even when we do disagree, at least we are fans.
That's what we agree on. We agree on that simple philosophy and the reason why we're here. And that's why we work so well together, even when we disagree on stuff.
Yeah,
so anyway.
Exactly.
I have to go chop the heads off of foliage. I'll see you guys in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, have fun with that. And subscribe
safe,
to
Scotty.
the Phantasmagorium. Follow Scotty.
Phantasmagorium, Cinema Gulp, Scotty R37 on X. And if you want to join my OnlyFans, that's where you can support me in my endeavor to get a She-Hulk hot toy. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the future.
Yep. Beat the rain.
Yeah, be safe.
Yeah.
Take care.
We are OnlyFans. Says Franco Walker.
All of us here love Star Trek, do we not?
Yeah. That's fair to say. Everybody on the panel loves Star Trek.
Yeah. JT, you definitely love Star Trek.
Yes. Yes. Maybe a little too much. Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah, I could go crazy with the collectibles with Star Trek, but I never have. I have a few here and there, but lately I've been getting prisoner collectibles from Great Britain.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Right, those are coming in the mail right now, right?
Yeah, they should be here within the next week.
From Master Replicas?
So you got the whole cast?
It's I'm trying to think of the name of the company. There are these smaller action figures of number 6, and there's a set where it's the Schizoid Man set where he and his doppelganger are in the set, and they, of course, in that episode they are fencing one another, and so guess what comes with the set? Fencing equipment.
Oh,
I think I saw those were Migos, weren't they?
No, it's I can't think of the name of the company. It's a British company.
Yeah, I thought Master Replicas had a Schizoid Man up a few weeks ago.
Okay.
That's why I'm thinking it might have been them.
Yeah, maybe so. That doesn't ring a bell with me, but maybe the set, that particular set, is a Master Replica set, and then the individual package ones that came out first, like the first wave, were labeled differently. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, is it this one? Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
So I just want to say to see you later to Sentai Ranger Donnie. He's got to leave. He says, I must go now. Thank you, Jill, PvP, Darth, JT, Stone, Scotty, and all. See some of you again this evening. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Donnie, for hanging out with us for so long. And I can't wait to see you next time. It's always good to see you. Have a great weekend. And he's telling me to enjoy the Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Award. I haven't watched that in over like 30 years. Or 10 years. Okay, maybe 25 years.
Donnie is a Toys R Us kid at heart.
He is. Yep. Yes. But I'll see you later, Donnie. Thank you for being here. Why are there two Jessicas? Okay, there's your read there. But yeah, there's your toy. That's the
So
toy
does
you
it
got.
say what the company is?
Yeah, the company. No.
Yeah, I think I have a few.
Zoom in, enhance.
Oh no.
I zoomed in, but it doesn't say the company.
It'd be on the back. Just a second. I have
Yeah.
some pictures. I'll take a look here.
So
Wandering Planet Toys.
Yeah,
Is it?
Wandering Planet. That's it.
Okay.
When did they release these? How long have these been available?
These came out I think 2 years ago.
Oh,
and
wow.
then they recently got restocked at the Port Marion Prisoner UK shop, and it was announced on Twitter on last Sunday, and I happened to see it just within hours, and so I went online immediately. It was like 5 a.m, and I ordered
Those are cool.
that
Did you
one.
get a Rover?
That one I need to get. I have a different Rover set coming from Great Britain, but that one I don't have. Oh, it says
Nice.
2021.
Oh, I need to step away for just a minute to deal with my daughter, but I will.
Okay.
If you could please continue discussing your toys, that would help me out.
He plays with toys.
Well,
Models.
I don't actually play with them. I look at them and display them.
Yes,
I'm a
yes.
collector.
So I
like
take it they shall never be removed from the box, is what you're
Well,
saying.
some of them, if I get duplicates, I'll remove some of them from the box.
Yeah, as a collector,
It's always
look
tough because you want to duplicate everything, right? Because you want to have your cake
Yeah.
and eat it too, but sometimes it's not always possible.
Like Scotty, he's all gung ho for a She-Hulk Hot Toys action figure, and I'm like, no. I speaking of Sideshow, I recently purchased their Outer Limits action figures that they had way back in 2002, and I bought a few of them from eBay sellers just recently. Oh wow,
There's a cool set.
that's a cool. Chimes at Big Ben. Oh, I've got to get that.
You got the little guy. What was his name? Angelo Muskrat was the actor's
Yeah,
name?
Angela
if I
Muskrat
remember.
or Muscat, and
Muscat,
he's simply known as the Butler.
The butler. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool. And who's the other guy? That's one of
that's
the
Leo McKern as
twos,
number
isn't it?
2 from Chimes at Big Ben,
Okay.
and of course the finale episode and Once Upon a Time, the penultimate episode, and Fallout, which was the finale. He came back. He had a nervous breakdown making the Once Upon a Time because
Really?
McGowan was the director, and it was if you watch the episode, it's pretty intense. And
Wow. Yeah, I guess McGowan, he could be intense. I guess.
Yeah.
Reviews
Ver-
I've seen.
ver-
He does
yeah.
have an intense. Well, he could be very gracious as well, but he did have that intense side to him.
yeah,
for
and
sure.
McKern.
I think he was a perfectionist, kind of.
Definitely a perfectionist and want things his way.
But it turned out well. He produced one of the all-time great TV
Yeah,
series.
we're still talking about it.
Yeah, it's amazing the legacy that show has. I wouldn't be surprised if people are talking about it, another 50 years or something from now.
Yeah. Yeah, here in the States, it was shown in the summer of '68, and it was on Saturdays, and it replaced, since this particular show was on hiatus, it replaced the Jackie Gleason show on CBS. And so I'm sure people tuning in to see Jackie are going, what the hell is this?
They must have been, their brains must have shorted out when they saw The Prisoner
But
coming on.
a lot of people were like, what was that? And the following summer, they showed it again because people are like,
adjusting the bunny ears, trying to figure out if
like what
the
the
wrong
heck?
channel.
Oh, wow, that's hilarious. I didn't see it till the late 70s on the local PBS in Seattle started showing it.
Our local PBS station, Channel 11 out of Des Moines, they showed it in the early 70s late on Friday nights.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I got to see it again. And then MPI Video released it on VHS, and they advertised in Starlog magazine. That's how I was able to order the VHS cassettes, and they were darn expensive. So I only got, I think, just 8 of my favorite episodes because they were so expensive.
When I discovered it, Stone Racket, on my PBS around 1977 or 78, I was perfect age too, right? Because I was just in my late teens or whatever, hitting 20. It's perfect age to, finally see The Prisoner, because I had never heard about the show.
Oh,
so
wow.
one day I put the TV on, and it's like the episode half over, but it was so interesting. I just was glued to the screen, and I was like, okay, make a note. I got to tune in next week for the next episode for the entire thing, and start watching these every week, which I did, of course, because it was glorious, because it was all on uncut on PBS, the full complete episodes. So
yeah,
it was the perfect way to get an introduction to The Prisoner.
Yeah, I was
right?
yeah, exactly. I was in grad school when they released The Prisoner on VHS, and I remember when I received my first batch of tapes, I was watching the episode Dance of the Dead, and we get to the final scene, and one of my roommates is watching with me, and we're both film majors, and he's like confounded. He's like, what the heck was this? What was it? What does this mean? And so I had to explain it to him. It's like, yeah. Anyway,
well, that's the one thing I think why we still talk about The Prisoner is because it didn't spoon feed the audience. It
Oh,
made
yeah.
the audience work and actually think about what they were watching. Which I wish there was more TV like that. Well,
exactly.
back then it was more common. There were a lot of great shows back in the 60s.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
yeah, it was
a lot
definitely-
of risk taking and doing something outside, thinking outside the box.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
no pun
50s
intended.
the 50s were like the first decade. It was just like they were trying to even figure out how to work technically, actually produce a show. And then by the 60s, they had all that groundwork figured out, and that's when they could go, creative and let their imaginations run amok. And that's why we got all those great shows, because they were just inventing the medium basically. I think
Yeah.
the 60s was the first decade that the TV actually hit its stride and
I
never
think
looked back.
I think a precursor, of course, and thank God for Rod Serling and its Twilight Zone.
Right.
That started in '59 and
59. Yeah.
and that was probably the most groundbreaking series to come out of the '50s.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they existed back then, but if PBS had done a pledge drive with some licensed merchandise for that, you think you would have come up with the cash to make that happen?
Oh boy, somehow, some way.
Yeah, I remember when they did Red Dwarf pledge drives back in the day. when
Yeah,
that
Doctor
show was
Who.
Oh, they did? Oh my goodness.
I was
And,
always there
those
for
were
Doctor
cool.
Who. In fact, I'm wearing my Doctor Who glow in the dark T-shirt that I got on a pledge drive for my local PBS station back in let's see, that would be back in '87. And it's the new Doctor Who logo from the '80s with the, I guess you call it the neon tubing kind of design. and it still glows in the dark.
Nice. Hey, that's some good glow in the dark
That's
material
impressive.
there. If it's still
Yeah, I
working.
mean, yeah, I had it on. I'm shutting the lights off, saying goodnight to the kitty cats, and until I got to the next room, and then turn on the light. In between, I'm going to the hallway, and I'm going, gosh, this thing's still glowing.
Yeah, and that shirt's almost as old as I am, so that's really
Oh dear. Yeah, I got a lot of shirts, older than everyone here except PvP.
Yeah. The Reluctant Dragon says, when I was in college, a local station had The Prisoner on in syndication. Some years later, I picked up the DVDs in Vancouver because they weren't available in the United States.
Yeah.
Why am I up before 8 a.m. on a Saturday? Back to bed. All right, enjoy your nap. Naps are always good. Or to the coffee jug. Either go to sleep or drink coffee.
Yeah.
That is always the question.
Or if you're really talented, like some of us, you can do both.
Yeah.
Because coffee has ceased to have an effect on the first pot for you. Yeah.
PBS
Or you have
didn't
little
start
kids
until
running around and none of it's going to help.
Yeah, right. Yeah. PBS didn't start until 1969 in Boston.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
You probably don't have any shirts older than me.
Yeah, I
Says
don't think
Danny.
I think most of my old shirts probably disintegrated years ago. So I probably have no shirts that are quite as old as Jill. So.
I smelled all of Jessica's shirts so much, even her scent is gone. Oh wow. That's sad. I'm sorry I read that out loud.
In any event, I did, for some really, really unhealthy reason, look up the She-Hulk figure that Scotty is so into. The eyes on this thing are like so realistic, it's kind of creepy, actually.
Yeah, some of the Hot Toys, I collect some of the Hot Toy action figures, and they're really well done. I have, let's see, from the Marvel, I have like 4 or 5 different Iron Man figures, and I have Gamora and Nebula.
Ooh, you're talking about things that are actually cool.
And I took a picture of them, and I brought it into, when I was still working, I brought it into work, and I had on my iPhone, I was showing some of the women up in one of the clinics, and one of the medical assistants, they saw the picture and they're going, oh, is that cosplayers? It's like, no, it's action figures. It's like, because they were so well done, she thought they were real people. But yeah, those are pretty cool.
That's how accurate those dolls are. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, if I can dig out that picture real quick, I can show it to everybody.
Sure. Yeah, just share it and I can
Yeah.
share it with you.
Okay.
Oh, and speaking of sharing, there's some. Let's all look at the thing that Scotty wants.
Yeah, pull it up on the screen.
Why
Yeah.
not? This is, okay,
He
so
said this, and he started to drive. And last night on our show, he was like trying to, "Oh, Eugene Bird, thanks for the money." I'm like, "You better not spend. You're not spending any of Eugene's money on this hotspot."
If you click on one, it'll bring up the slideshow there, Jill.
oh my god.
Can you tell Mark D with the C's rubbed off on me just a little too much?
Yeah, right. The enabling abilities are stronger with you now.
So Scotty's got a real fixation on the She-Hulk, doesn't he? Like,
I never watched this show, so I don't.
Yeah, I had no
can't
interest
speak
in
on
it personally.
I did not hear good things. But
I heard it was
did see
twerking, and
I
I
saw
said,
the-
"This
yeah,
is
I
not
saw
made
the-
for me."
I saw the twerking, and I was done before I started. So yeah.
Now, this apple must be a crab apple because the scale is 13.9 inches, but the apple must be no taller than 2 or 3 inches. So
Yeah, an apple doesn't
that's-
help. They should use quarters.
Yes, like you could go and find a wide variety of apples that look like that. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
get
exactly,
the
and
apple.
of different sizes.
I don't get the apple at all. Actually, that doesn't
Right.
make
Because of the
sense to me.
smartphone. This
I gotta say, it looks very well crafted.
yeah. Well, that's what Scotty wants, and
Yeah. So how much are these things? These things
Yeah,
are
how much?
biggest
How
piece
much
of-
is that? It's probably 250, maybe. I'd say.
305.
Oh, 305. Ooh.
That's probably shipping and tax, and
Ouch.
you know,
Yeah, that's
The
too
305
much.
Canadian or American?
But the thing
American.
is that
American.
his whole drive to get this doll is kind of a joke because he has no way for anybody to send him money or the doll because he's not sharing his address. He's not.
So
he
he's
doesn't
just-
have a GoFundMe.
He's just having fun with this, is what you possibly were
think
saying
so.
there, Jill.
I've got.
I think so, but at the same time, he does want the doll.
I've got that picture. If you want to share it.
Sure. Let's see. Better looking dolls.
I don't think those look as good.
Oh, you don't think so?
Not really.
I like them.
What-
look
what
good.
one on the
characters
right,
are those
I think
anyway?
looks pretty good. I'm not much of a collector
But we
of
got
action
to
figures.
remember these are the pictures that Stone Racket took. If you look on the website, they probably make them look a little
Characters
fancy.
are these? Maybe that's why I'm not getting it. But
Yeah, this is. If you go on the website, those are prototypes, and they always look better than what you actually receive.
huh.
But yeah, I like these figures just fine. And of course, you can see that.
Oh my God,
Oh.
Scotty, the Captain Marvel with the resting briefcase is better.
Yeah, the
Oh, hold on just a second.
the Captain Marvel hot toy comes with the little orange tabby cat. But there's even with that, I'm still not going to buy that one. Forget it. I hated that movie.
Yeah. There's still quite a bit of detail in the handgun on the left figure there.
Uh-huh.
That
That's
you're not gonna
that's
see a lot
Nebula,
of things.
and
right.
and then
They look great.
yeah, they're both the sisters here are packing heat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nebula came out first because the Gamora figure was delayed twice, but I finally got both of them. That was a couple years back, 2 or 3 years.
Oh, her hair is pretty rigidly set that way.
No,
Or,
that's well, quote, real hair, unquote. It's not.
Yeah, that looks like you could brush it with the little.
Yeah,
Oh, oh.
it is the typical. I hate saying this. Typical doll hair. No, action figure hair.
Doll, action figure,
Yeah.
toy, model.
I'll see if I can. I'll see if I can find the Scarlet Witch, which she has the molded hair.
Oh, okay, yeah, the one that you can't brush.
Yeah.
And so that's what's happening here. I'm pretty sure he's going to get this doll, but I don't know how. But he's just
Oh.
having fun
This is probably a
proclaiming
local
his
toy
desire
store.
for it.
Scotty could probably rob the local toy store or something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
that's true.
Yeah, I
I'm
said, Scott, you're
surprised.
probably not going to have a problem if you go steal the She-Hulk hot toy. I don't think anybody's going to miss it.
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised Scotty doesn't set up a post office box number or something to, if he's actually serious about, because
But
I
that's
bet,
the thing, he's not made it easy for anyone to help him.
yeah,
Even
correct.
someone who wants to outright buy it for him. He's not making it easy for them either.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that's that story. Let's see what
When
else
did,
we
when
had.
did
in this
Scotty start? That was just recently he started going.
yeah,
on
it's
the
been like a
She-Hulk thing.
couple weeks. It's a
Yeah,
couple weeks,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps spamming all these different groups with like a mock GoFundMe thing to pay for
Oh,
to
jeez.
donate to the Canadian your favorite obnoxious Canadian or something, right?
Well, and as soon as Scotty made the announcement that he wanted this toy, Steve drew up a graphic for him and everything that looks pretty official.
Wow. Gosh.
I don't know if it's strictly legal or not, but I think it would be okay. If he had it sent to me, he could save a ton on shipping. Then I can just drive over the border and drop it in the mailbox. But I don't know if that's breaking customs. So I'm not saying anybody else should do it. I'm just saying it would be theoretically possible.
Oh, that could work, but it depends on
if he wants me touching his $300 She-Hulk,
Yeah, I'll have to. I see. I don't want anything to do with this, but if people want to help him, I want to help the people help him get the thing that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing is, driving across the border.
I do appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind.
The thing with customs, though, is you never kind of know what you're going to get. Like, you might sail across with absolutely no, interest. Like, sometimes it does wave people through, pretty much, it seems still. But I don't know if you ever get searched and you haven't declared something.
Yeah. It reminds me of this agricultural checkpoint they put up on Business 80 near Lake Tahoe, where they want to check everybody bringing in potentially, banned fruits or vegetables or something into California, and they never staff it. Like, I think the only time they had it staffed, they would kind of glance at your car as you're driving by slowly. You didn't even actually have to stop. What the hell is this?
Yeah, exactly. You never know what you're going to get. That's
so they're really not going to bother your fruit and vegetables.
No.
Actually.
The only time I've ever gotten stopped and had to come out to search is when we went to Hoover Dam. You had to get out of the RV and they had to go in and search everything before they let you drive across it. Because they hadn't opened the overpass yet, which goes around it. You're not allowed to drive over anymore.
I
didn't know that.
I found those pictures, Jill.
Okay, great. Let's see what you got.
Oh.
And there's your Scarlet Witch. Oh.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. The face is very realistic.
Oh, hey, there you are. There's the fire.
Nice.
Cool.
And without the fire, with the cape.
I think
without the cape and the fire.
Yeah, I think she looks better with the cape.
Yeah, let's look at all of Stone Racket's toys.
Yeah. Pretty darn cool.
Looking
and
at people's collectible photos.
And this figure was delayed again and again and again. It was almost a year late getting released, but finally got her.
Very, very cool. That's great.
And it's not a doll; it's an action figure.
Yeah, an action figure, sure. Franco Walker says sexy. Right? 10 out of 10. Oh, there you go. You got compliments for that one. Franco Walker says, I went only 15 feet to shut the front door. I'm knackered and breathless. Thank God for inhalers. Oh, no, I didn't know you had problems with that.
Oh, dear.
Franco?
Yeah.
Poor Franco.
Yeah, hot weather doesn't help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because it's really taking it out of me.
I made the mistake of having my son's birthday outside in the summer heat.
Oh.
Like,
dear.
Yeah, this was stupid. I'm glad everybody had water guns.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your avatar, PvP.
Oh, thank you. I just switched over to the Avengers.
Yeah, two of my favorite people from the 60s. Yay.
Yeah. Great show. Great show.
Yeah, it's a good time. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Let's see how you got like a 10 or 12 episodes left of the M Appeal.
What is it? Is it 10 or 12?
I have to step away for just a second.
Okay.
It's something like that.
Yeah. That was such a cool show when it came out in the 60s. And I still remember I think it's called The Man Eater of Surrey, about the plants.
Surrey Green, Man-Eater of Surrey Green.
Surrey Green, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when that premiered, it freaked my older sister out. We were watching it.
It was a good one. It was one of their more pure sci-fi episodes, I thought, for sure.
But I remember my older sister being kind of upset.
Well, it's kind of a takeoff on Day of the Triffids, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it is a very Triffid-like episode. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, we're down to 10 episodes now. I'm just looking here.
Okay.
Because Jill and I have still been watching it on her Cosme on weekends. And boy, we're getting down to the nitty gritty now. It's like, oh man. It gets harder and harder to pick the episodes too, because we've already watched a lot of the really great ones, right? So
Right.
there's still some good ones here. I'm kind of got a few real good ones saved, for last, but it does get more challenging.
So you're not watching them in broadcast order, or you just...
heck no.
Okay, I see.
No, Joe wasn't worried about that, and
Uh-huh.
the way the Avengers were made, there's not really any much of an order to them anyway.
No.
Because I saw them all out of order on TV back in the 60s, right? Because my
Yeah.
local channel they never cared about showing anything in order. That's why my first Star Trek was the Court Martial.
Oh man.
Didn't thrill me as a kid. I was like, okay, it's Perry Mason in space. What the? I was expecting space battles and Klingons and
Yeah, the over in the UK, the first episode of Star Trek that aired over there was in the summer of '69, and it was Where No Man Has Gone Before. How's that for a first episode?
Oh, that's a good one.
Very logical.
Yeah, it makes sense. Thing is, though, luckily the local channel showed Arena the next week, and I was hooked.
Yeah,
after I saw
that's
Kirk
one of
and
my
Dorn.
favorite. That's in my top 5.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, this is my new favorite show, and I proceeded to watch it every week after that. So yeah, good times, good times.
Yes, indeed. So what y'all think of the Avengers, the British TV series, JT and Cat? You guys familiar with that?
I have not watched it, so
Oh, dear.
unfortunately, I cannot comment.
Oh,
I'm
dear.
actually not the strongest Marvel or DC. I'm a little bit stronger on DC than I am on Marvel.
The British TV series, The Avengers. Look at PvP's Avatar, Emma Peel and John Steed,
I'm
played by
familiar with
Diana
it.
Rigg and Patrick McNee. Oh, what was that, Cat?
I'm familiar with it, but I haven't really seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I recognize the photo, but I
Okay,
have not watched
gotcha.
the show. If you couldn't
Yeah,
tell already.
it's got nothing to do with the Marvel movies. Absolutely zero.
Okay. Well,
with
that's
any
probably a good thing then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before
Well-
the Marvel comic, there was the British TV series, The Avengers.
It is considered one of the classic British series of the 1960s, I gotta say. And it went on for almost a decade. It started in 1961 and went through 69. So it was almost an entire decade long. It went through several changes, though. The first season starred Steed with a male partner. Most of that has been lost, and the BBC used to wipe the videotapes back in those days.
It seems like that affected so many TV shows.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got it.
there's like three intact episodes, I believe, at this point. They've rediscovered. So
No,
Is it
uh,
just like too
rare.
cheap to get new tapes or something?
It's
I don't get
basically, and it's
Well,
basically, but
guess they
PvP, the original series, didn't it concern a surgeon whose wife was killed, and he was trying to avenge her death?
Dr. David Keel, I believe, was the
David
character's
Keel,
name.
okay.
And actually, the actor they spun him off from his previous show called Police Surgeon.
Police
So
surgeon, right?
I think that kind of just hooked right into the first season of Avengers.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't until season 2 when they got Honor Blackman
Yeah.
as Steed's partner when it started to take off, because her character, I think it was like judo was her thing, and
Yep.
she was kind of ahead of her time. Like she was
Yeah.
a kind of a proto Emma in a way.
Right. Kathy
that was-
Gale, she played Honor
Kathy
Blackman played
Gale.
Kathy Gale,
Yeah.
and it was judo and leather.
Judo and leather, yeah. How could you turn that combination down, right? It's like, oh yeah. I mean, series 2 and 3, she was in those, and they're really good, but they were on videotape, unfortunately, so the quality was
Right.
a little on the fuzzy
Yeah,
side.
I watched some of those on A&E when they repeated them, and it was like
They
watching
used
an
to.
old kinescope from the 50s.
Yeah, they used to have them on A&E. I remember watching
Yeah.
them on there myself, because that's the only way you could see them back then.
Right. It's the first time I got to see them.
They were more like straight head crime dramas, a lot of episodes too. Like there were a few that kind of bordered on a bit of a sci-fi, content, but not so much until when Emma came in series 4 and 5. That's when the show really found its
it took off big time.
And it took off in the ratings too worldwide. It became a huge hit when Diana Rigg came on the show. And those 50 Emma episodes are absolute classics. I can't recommend them highly enough. I mean, to me, they're just top-notch television.
Of course,
they're timeless. They're just wonderful episodes.
This DVD set that I got from A&E, the best of the Avengers, it has 2 episodes of that Honor Blackman did as Kathy Gale, and 2 episodes of Diana Rigg as Emma Peel, and 2 episodes of Linda Thorson as forgot her name.
Linda Thorson, yeah.
She played I can't think of her character's name.
Tara King.
Tara King, yeah, Tara King. And the one that they have, one of the ones with Honor Blackman is, and Jill, you'll like this title, Mr. Teddy Bear.
Yeah, that's adorable. Well, I really like the Avengers. It's nice. It's a cool sci-fi series. And so I do have a public watch party every Saturday and Sunday, but mostly it's just PvP there. But anybody's welcome if they want to.
Yeah,
PvP at noon on the weekends.
Yeah, PvP told me that eventually you're going to get to the Bond films, and I'd love to be there for your watch along or whatever you call it.
Yes, we're going to watch all of them except for Dr. No, because that's the only one I've actually seen. So we're going to start with the second one.
From Russia with Love.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be a fun series.
From Russia with Love, 1963, 116 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really casual. It's just a watch party. I'm not even. I don't sideline my YouTube with my watch parties because I don't like talking during the thing. So I just like typing. So
yeah,
so when I do my Cosme, I just
actually do end up watching the episodes amazingly.
Yeah, exactly. We actually pay attention to what's going on. And
so neither one of you talked during the episode then?
No, we don't have.
That's right, because I turn off the microphone completely.
Yeah. Of course, if I had my mic on, I'd probably have a running commentary, so I'll have to shut my mic off.
Exactly. Well, that's why you can type your commentary. The typing is perfect.
We just type our little comments back and forth basically as we watch.
Of course, nothing against people who do enjoy putting their watch parties on YouTube. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
Franco Walker says, watch Sapphire and Steel. The only time I like a good watch party commentary is if you're actually reviewing the thing and you're talking through the entire thing, because this is a review for the thing you're watching. That's a good way to do a watch party, because you already know the episode. It's just there to give you like a slideshow. It's just there on the side if you want to follow along with the review.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a good way to do it. Watch Sapphire and I still need to watch Sapphire and Steel. You guys always mention that.
Well, that's got David McCallum as one of the co-stars in that show, actually, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you might enjoy it, just because McCallum is in it. And
what
was the actually there's an Avengers connection in a way with that show, because the lady who played Sapphire was actually in the new Avengers as Purdy.
Yeah.
The character's name.
Yeah.
Can't place. Oh, Joanna Lumley.
Joanna Lumley, of Absolutely Fabulous fame.
Fab, yeah, that was her big hit, I guess. Yeah, wasn't
it? And she's what James Bond movie is she in? PvP.
Well, I think she in On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yep, she's one of the young ladies up in the his Gloria clinic
on the top of the mountain peak. Yeah,
on top of the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite Bond films, even though.
And so is the very lovely Catherine Von Schell. She's one of the ladies.
Well, there was a lot of ladies in that movie.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
So Franco Walker says, please subscribe, hit the bell, share, hit the like, and select live chat. Thank you, Franco Walker.
Yay.
You're the best.
Franco Walker is the best at the reminders there.
Yeah, and so I think we're going to wrap it up here. I've got stuff to do, and I got a kid who wants me to make her some Jell-O.
Oh,
Too.
Jello,
Jello.
Jello with strawberries
flavor?
and bananas, Jill.
Yeah, actually, it is. I think it is strawberry flavor, but I
Nice.
yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe you'll put some fruit in it. That makes it
Yeah,
fun.
my mom always made the strawberry Jello with real strawberries and real bananas mixed in. It's delicious.
Ooh.
That sounds good.
Bananas.
Actually.
Oh,
I've
it's
never put
delicious.
bananas in there.
Yeah.
The natural sugar kind of making up for the all the other sugar that you
Yeah.
add in there, right?
Yeah.
Enhance the
A bit
flavor.
of the fructose.
And the
Right.
energy we had as kids after we ate it. Oh boy.
Oh, I bet.
My kid does not need extra energy. So, but after this live stream, check out Bird of Prey 5's Bed Life because I really love Bird of Prey 5. And let's go around and talk about the things you guys are doing on the internet and anything you want to share.
See, next Thursday, Scotty and I will be beginning our coverage of the Star Wars prequel trilogy because we're doing our films of George Lucas series right now. So that'll be fun. Last night we did Star Wars and you were on there, Joe. That was a fun time. So yeah, we'll be doing that next Thursday night at 7:30 Pacific. So check us out at the Tasmanian Show.
So
That's
next
cool.
Thursday at 7:30, you'll be doing Empire.
No, Phantom Menace because George didn't make Empire.
Oh, excuse me. You're just talking about.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the films of our series is a faster and more intense. The films of George Lucas,
There you go.
and then we'll do the other ones like that, like Empire stuff, as a separate thing later on down the line.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotta fill out your Star Wars library because once you start it, now you got to finish it.
Yeah.
Hello to PvP. Thank you for joining us. When
Yeah,
you could.
glad I eventually got here today.
You made it. No, it's
I wish
always
I'd known.
my streams are my favorite streams are always the ones where you're here late.
I
I don't know why.
Well, not always, but I wish that I'd known this was going to be a short leave instead of Shaun of the Dead. 'Cause,
Yeah, I had to switch things around because I
Yeah.
couldn't get
Yeah,
to
'cause I
reviewing
checked-
it, and I want
I
to do a
checked-
good job on it, so I had to push
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, that's okay. No worries. Yeah, I checked your channel late last night before I went to sleep, and there was still nothing, definite posted. So I was like, oh, geez. And I was
Yeah,
too
I was-
tired to actually watch Sean. So I
Mhm.
thought, well, if I'm not going to watch the movie, because I haven't seen it in probably 10 years, so I thought, if I'm not going to do a proper job of, watching it and doing my homework, then I'll just, sleep in, which I did. But anyway, it's all good. All ended up well. And not too much going on my channel actually at the moment, Jill. I'm kind of taking a bit of a break away from posting anything on there for the last couple of weeks. So yeah, so nothing much going on probably this week. But one of these days, I'm sure I'll get back to it.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, I'll
And-
try to make it. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Jill.
For sure. And I want to also thank JT Kirk for joining me today. It was really great surprise to see you.
Great.
Okay.
And I know.
And thank you. I don't get to attend your streams as much as I would like. Unfortunately, work and things like that kind of get in the way. But I need to really catch up to your TV show reviews about the space show. The name of it's giving me some stream block right now.
For all mankind.
Yes. I really need to catch up because I want to watch that with you, and I need to make the time and do it. So hopefully I can join you for those soon. I've been avoiding that
that'd be
stream
great.
because of spoilers. So, but
It's a lot of fun. I
yeah.
accidentally found a spoiler, but I'm sure it won't hinder my enjoyment of it.
Sure. Let's see. Real quick, I will be on Dadman's channel, Dadman Walking 55, this evening for a squirrel stream. Then late night, just after midnight Eastern, on Mark D with a C's channel. Yes, he is doing that
Oh.
tonight for some late night Fortnite. Love to see
okay.
everybody
He
at
hasn't
either
done
one of
that in a
those.
while.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night, as I said earlier, I'll be working with Admiral Teague going over Broken Bow and Star Trek Enterprise. So busy next couple days, but I'm glad I was here because it's always fun to get to talk with your panel and hang out and these are always a lot of fun. So thank you.
That's
thank you
what
for
it's all
putting it on.
about for me. Just to talk about fun stuff that we like and things. And if we talk about things we don't like, we always circle back around to a place of understanding. And or somebody makes a snarky joke and we move on anyway. It works one way or the other. And thank you so much for joining. Yes, subscribe to Admiral Teak to check out JT Kirk talking about Broken Bow, and that'll be good. Well, JT Kirk's going to be there, so it's definitely going to be great, I'm sure.
Well,
then,
thank you.
Then we also Mark D with the C, of course, and
oh yes,
and you're going to be playing Fortnite with him. That's going to be fun.
Yes,
Also,
great guy. Love his channel. Not only Fridays but Sunday for the geekery.
Yeah,
It's a
he's
great
another
show.
channel that loves to talk about things that he loves, and he even can create some of the things that we want. So he's a great YouTuber. And also check him out on Sundays with his geekery. We might be there too.
Oh, cool.
And Stone Racket, do you have anything you want to share before we go today?
Well, you can find me on Blu-ray.com with posts there with featuring my 2 kitty cats and a lot of Blu-rays. But I post there as The Cat, and my 2 cats are very popular on the Kino Lorber discussion thread. I'm on Twitter at Largo6583, and I follow a lot of cat people. Big surprise. But thanks for having me on your panel here, Jill, and it was great coming back so I could be with Kat and PvP and the great and awesome JT Kirk.
Right back at you, Stone Racket. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Anyway,
Yes,
thanks again,
great
Jill.
sentiments. Thank you so much. And there's your I shared your Blu-ray for him.
Oh,
There it is.
cool. Thank you.
So if anybody is interested in the physical media that Stone Racket acquires, you can
Yeah,
find it there.
I have a crazy collection. It just will not stop growing. It's just
Well,
more Blu-rays, more 4Ks.
well, when you
Well,
let
you
your
and I
cat
have to get together
shop-
on a stream then to show off our Blu-rays and stuff.
Yeah, me and my kitty cats.
Phantasmagorium was made for showing off stuff like that.
Cool. I'll have to consider that.
Mhm. I bought a Blu-ray disc. I must get a Blu-ray player. And
Yeah, my,
as for me,
oh, go ahead,
I,
Jill. Sorry.
Yeah, so Tuesday, I am going to continue For All Mankind. We're going to be on episode 7 and 8. I know we're going through it 2 at a time, so it might be hard for you to catch up, JT Kirk. It would have to be, I guess you'd have to binge it, but it's a really great series. I'm enjoying it so far. It somehow manages to do what I think it deals with the problems of the 60s without being woke about it, which is pretty incredible these days.
Well, you just wait. I hear season 4 it gets wokey woke.
Does it? Oh.
Yep, that's
well,
what I've read, but
I'm
I don't
committed
know.
already. I'm committed already.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
gonna
a
watch
thing.
it all.
Don't know a thing about it, but that's what I've heard.
And that could be true. They managed to get away, not do that in season 1.
Speaking of astronauts, is that in the top corner? Is that Apollo 15 or 17?
Oh, I don't know. I just found a GIF of astronauts on the moon, so I just
Because
put
I
it
know
in.
they got really goofy on Apollo 17.
Oh.
That's
Which
the one
one's
where
the one where they played golf?
that one is Apollo 14 with Alan B. Shepard.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember the golfing on the moon.
Yeah,
that
was
was
great. And
great.
the thing is, he tore the outer part of his suit when he took the swing. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Gotta get back
there was
to
a little
them.
scene. Well, it was an outer thing, so it wasn't critical, but they had to patch it up in the limb.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
heard.
yeah. Well,
But,
at least he wasn't too far from
Yeah.
the one, though, at that point.
But
right?
Apollo 17 is the one where they're jumping around and singing I was walking on the moon one day in the merry, merry month of May. But they're actually up there in December, and so the other astronaut goes, December.
Yeah, that was good. I remember that. Yeah. Hey, when did they get the moon
adorable.
buggy? What?
That was Apollo 15. I think it was the first
15.
one with the lunar rover.
Yeah, I remember them driving around on the rover. It was kind of nuts. Like they were just like tourists.
That was so cool.
The
But I agree with
General Motors electric vehicle.
There you go. I agree with Seinfeld that the reason the men took a car up to the moon is because if there was women on the moon, they would have something to impress them with.
Oh God.
Cat women on the moon.
It's all real.
Nice. I knew it.
Oh boy.
That is such a great
That is
movie.
good.
That is such a great movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I went in with a fellow Trekker, and we knew it was something kind of a homage parody to Star Trek. That's all we knew. We just loved every minute of that movie. It was quite a surprise.
Yeah, it's incredible. I love that movie too. And
Yeah.
I talked about it once already, but that's
We
one
can
of the
talk about it
movies that I
again.
Yeah, that might be one that I want to talk about again. I don't know what I'll do. I have to have a different spin on it. A
It's one of
different
those
topic
rare
based for it.
one of those rare films where they actually took a look at a franchise and its fans and actually got it right for once.
Yeah, I mean it's a love letter to Trek. It also has some fun with the so-called stories you hear about the original cast, and it has some fun with the so-called Trekkies.
Oh yeah,
Trekkie type
It does.
fans. But the thing is,
But
it ends
in a
up with it's being a huge celebration of the whole phenomenon. It's just a wonderful mixture.
Yeah, it really is a love letter to the
Yeah.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a way to do it right. And
Yeah.
But I do have to go, and I will talk to you guys later. I can't
Okay.
wait for
Thanks
the
again,
next one.
Jill.
Thanks,
Take
Jill.
care.
Thanks, Jill.
Live long and prosper, Jill.
Peace and long life.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night. Goodbye. And I guess it's a little early for good night,
Yeah.
but have a good day anyway, there, guys.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Have a
Yeah.
great Friday.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
a good one.
Learn all that is learnable.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.
See you around the galaxy.